Good evening, Tiger sports fans. It's the Swanton Welding pregame show with your host, Scott Barrett.
Greetings, Tigers fans. Coach Moeller and I sit down before the Otsego game, both teams 2-0, to discuss last week and preview the Otsego Knights game. Well, welcome to another edition of On the 50 with Coach Moeller, our new program for the 2024 season. Welcome in, Coach, and good to see you after another W.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I want to talk about Napoleon. The whole town has been buzzing about that game. I know that you are the anti-buzz guy. You're focused on Otsego, but we are still focused on that tremendous second half against Napoleon. And I wanted you to talk a little bit about the turnovers and penalties. That was disappointing. That is not Casey Moeller football. The 2 turnovers and then the 65 yards and penalties in that first half gave Napoleon a 7-6 lead and some momentum. You felt the energy over there on their side of the football. I think they felt like they had something, but you knew we had something if we could clean it up. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we felt like we could move the ball, and that we did move the ball in the first half a little bit. But when you turn the ball over and then you have as many yards and penalties as we did, we couldn't overcome, those things. We had, I think, at one time a 3rd and 25 that we converted on a running play and had another penalty. So it's like, we can move the ball, we can kind of do what we want, but we got to eliminate those silly mistakes. The first turnover, if you go back and watch the film, it looked like a good play, and their kid made a really nice play. That's a play that most high school kids are not going to make. And he's a Division I recruit, and deservedly so after you kind of see what he can do, with his ball skills. And that kind of gave me a little bit of a shell shock, and I was like, I don't know that I want to go back to that because he can make those type of plays. But we just thought, control the ball, don't turn it over, and if we can eliminate the penalties, I thought we could move the ball, and our defense was playing really, really well outside of one play in that first half.
Your kind of football is corporate football. It's everybody do their job, and when you bring attention to a player or two, it's nice, but you're like, hey, there's a lot of systems that have to be properly working for him to have success. But there were some exceptional performances, and in any victory you have those, and certainly Waylon Renz put one up on both sides of the football. He'd been a little bit banged up from the week before, and you got him back to full go, but you just have to like what Waylon did running the football, what a message he sent, put a lot of tough runs on film, and then I thought, as we talked about in the pre-shoot, he had a heck of a defensive game. Talk about Waylon Renz.
Well, like I said, he was limited during the week in practice, just as a precaution, really, and then he kind of let it loose there in the game and just ran extremely physical. And kind of set a tone, that
almost like Earl Campbell type physical.
If you're going to tackle me, that's fine, but you're going to get punished in doing it. And just really played well, and then defensively, is kind of always been a guy that we want to put in the middle and just run around and wreak havoc, and did a great job of that along with other guys. We played a very good complementary football, and Waylon is kind of the leader of both those units. I think people see him as a returning starter on defense and one of the few guys on offense that has a little bit of experience in some big games. So we look to him for some leadership by example, and he really provided that for us.
Well, certainly last year in the Coldwater game when the Twins were banged up, he really provided as good of a performance as you can expect from a guy that hadn't been the number one guy. Thomas Moeller also played an exceptional game. I like how you talk about it looks different, but it's all the same holes, and we're scheming up the same kind of concepts. But Thomas had a good game, and I really thought Grady Miller was exceptional, and Trey Rubenstein. That guy came in as a monster, physical, speed, D1 athlete, and Grady just basically erased him.
Well, we really challenged Grady and played up Trey, and sometimes you can freak a kid out if you do that too much, but Grady responded the way we wanted him to, really took it personal. Because we personally challenged him and, kind of had some fun with it during the week. But he came out and played lights out and,
yes, he did.
Kept a lid on top of him, didn't let him get any deep balls, and then had help from his teammates. Once we were able to stop the run game, we were able to loosen up some coverage and give him some help underneath so he could loosen up. So that certainly helped. And then the pressure on the quarterback, I think, did him a lot of good too. Your best pass defense is a good pass rush. And we got some heat. We brought some linebackers at the quarterback at times, and then we'd rush 3 at times and I felt like the quarterback maybe wasn't quite sure if anything was going to come or not, and it just made him uncomfortable. And then, like I said, the rest of the DBs kept a lid on things outside of the one play that was just a busted coverage. We had, a miscommunication or mistake on that play, but other than that, I thought our defense was outstanding.
Yeah, and obviously you go back to the line of scrimmage as well, and talking to Eric Weimer and Nick Miller and that group, controlling the running game early, which you did. I mean, they have an exceptional running back, and that was an Eggers that was taken care of. Napoleon finishes net minus yardage, and getting Espinosa, the quarterback, off of his spot just proved to be the entire key to the passing game, because when he was comfortable, he was delivering some dimes.
Sure.
Get him off his spot, he was definitely uncomfortable, and we laid some licks. So I think you're right. Corporately, defensively, that was as good as a performance you've seen in a while.
Yeah, and we did it with a number of guys. We rotated a lot of guys at the D-line and stayed fresh, and I think Napoleon kind of wore down.
Yes.
We had a lot of guys who aren't starters step up and make big plays on the defensive line and at linebacker. So that was great to see, and hopefully we'll continue that depth and keep guys fresh throughout the year.
The tight end pass they hit down the middle of the field, blown coverage, but obviously that was cleaned up by Matt Bryan and the staff pretty quickly, because you saw Thomas Moeller on the spot and ready to put some physical play on receivers over the middle right away. So obviously that was a quick fix, and the defense just was fantastic. But the other piece, and we talked about with Mark and Spike and Brian, I know that you had some really good, and you've always had good guard center coaching. Paul Amstutz did an exceptional job for you for a number of years, but Brad Howe, along with Nick Miller, with those guards and centers, when we started hitting dives and inside run, you got really nice play from guys like Steven Brogan, certainly guys like Spangler and Weaver. I mean, there were guys that really played well at the guard and center position. You had to be really happy with interior. And, of course, you're going to get great play. You're getting good play from Weimer from your tackle and Goose and Zeiter, but I felt the guard center play was exceptional this week.
Yeah, they did a nice job. Once we got some of our blocking cleaned up,
Yep.
and probably what a lot of people don't realize, and part of the problem in our first half struggles, Napoleon came out schematically and did something completely different than what they did against Defiance that we hadn't prepared much for. So our guys kind of had to adjust on the fly mid-game. And once we got into halftime and talked about it, we got it really cleaned up. But, they did a good job of really knowing what to do versus an odd front versus an even front defense. And, that's my fault partially because, we thought, hey, this is probably what they're going to do because it's what they did on film, and we weren't really ready for that change. But we did a good job of adjusting.
Well, that's how good your staff is, right? Let's talk about, this is a high IQ group, and there's not a lot of over emotion when things aren't going well. It's let's get this thing cleaned up and fixed. And it certainly went well because the second half was a complete 180. What a great job up front blocking, managed the game, wore Napoleon down. I felt like it was a hot, muggy night for the most part, and our conditioning, just everything kind of showed up at once in the second half with the rush yards and the time of possession. Talk about that second half, which was completely dominant.
Well, we wanted to come out and knew we got the ball to start the second half, and we wanted to establish, we were going to control the line of scrimmage, and if we needed to get some points on the board, and we felt like if we could do that, we could ride that momentum. And once we started moving the ball on the ground, we kind of put the pass game to bed until we absolutely needed it. And we had a couple play action passes in the second half that were wide open, and we just didn't hit them. And so we got to fix that a little bit. But, it was we were going to put the ball on the ground, and especially once we got the lead and just kind of grind things out. And probably wasn't real exciting to watch, but it's what we're going to do. So that's
9 straight wins over Napoleon. That's as exciting as it gets for the community. I know that's not something you're focused on, but thousands of people kind of are. There were generations in this community that we couldn't touch Napoleon, and now we've got 9. I think that's really kind of a nice tribute to these kids in the program. I also wanted to bring attention to, and I think we talked about it in the booth a lot, how good your special teams are starting to look. I know there was some extra point and field goal blocking things to tighten up, but in terms of coverage, your punt and kickoff coverage teams, Brian Hefflinger has those guys playing hungry and nasty. I know you reward some of those kids for hitting and tackling and doing their job, but I think the coverage teams have been exceptional.
That was a big focus for us this week.
You could tell.
Because of the Rubenstein kid back there and other athletes they have. Trey returned one for a touchdown on us last year that we weren't real happy about. And so we challenged our coverage units that we're going to kick the ball deep because we've got kickers that can get the ball down there. And they put the ball in the end zone, and when they did return them, our coverage was great, and we need to continue that. But those kids on those units are a lot of kids that aren't starting on offense or defense, and so that's their opportunity to get out there, and they've taken a lot of pride in that.
Well, Max Walker, too, is a huge part of that. It seemed like he's been kicking here since 1950. That guy is a weapon on special teams, and I love the way the special teams are playing, and I think that was an exceptional group that we wanted to talk about. Got an interesting challenge this week, an undefeated Otsego team with an old school wing T physical guy, had been around a long time, I think, at Eastwood, Craig Rutherford. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He took the Otsego job, which was pretty interesting and curious because he was, I think, somewhat retired. Craig is a fantastic coach. Otsego has been a very competitive program for a number of years. People remember a few years ago we went over there and played a pretty doggone good football game at 6-0. I think it was 9-0 to win, but it was 6-0. Anything could have happened. But talk about what you're seeing in Otsego. They look physical to me. Craig Rutherford's a Hall of Fame coach. Otsego's always been kind of good. Talk about what you see in Otsego.
Well, it's a really different look than what they've had in the past couple of years. They went from a spread team to now they're a traditional wing T team that, when they throw, it's going to be play action. They're going to have 2-3 backs in the backfield all the time. It's not flashy, but they're really good at what they do. Defensively is kind of the same way. They line up and they're going to run to the football. They're not, in years past they've been really a blitz heavy team, and they haven't shown that on film. So we're not sure they've got the capability to do that. They haven't done it yet, so we might see that, we might not. But they're extremely well coached. Craig Rutherford has done a great job. He took Eastwood to a state final game. His dad is on staff, who has coached for 30 years and highly successful. He's got Otsego's former coach, Matt Jirwa, on staff, who took them to a state Final Four and a regional title. So he's got a great staff. They're very knowledgeable. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're going to be kind of a mirror of us a little bit, and it's going to be a good physical ball game.
You see so many spread teams, and you talked about this in our preseason conversation, that when you're built to run and be physical and hit sleds and run out of chutes and be in pads 2 and 3 days a week, gives you kind of an advantage over these 5 wide teams that don't. They like to play some flag football. This is not a flag football team. This is old school mentality, bringing the thing back to the 90s and the 80s, and I think Craig Rutherford has done it so far so good, 2-0. They beat a pretty decent Tenora team last week, 14-9, and then I think the week before had a big win too. So there is momentum there. Not that Otsego has not been good; they have been competitive. But what are your biggest concerns in this football team going up against a more physical team, which you don't see a lot of these days?
Well, just what they do offensively, they're going to run, and then they can play action pass. And if you get caught off guard, like they're running every play, and we're going to come downhill, then all of a sudden they get behind you for a big play in the pass game, which is something
sounds
we
a little
like
familiar.
And then just they play extremely hard. They're physical, and they're willing to take 3 yards at a pop. And if they're patient enough, and we don't get a couple of stops, they're going to be willing to just grind it out, and that can be demoralizing. So, and then you get impatient, and then you start taking chances, and then that's when big plays pop. So, that style of football is always going to be concerning, especially if they can start moving the ball on the ground. Then you're going to be in trouble because their playbook opens up just so much more.
This mentality, as we know, keeps maybe, I think we're advantaged a lot, but to your exact point, when you're disadvantaged, but you can maintain possession of the football and matriculate the clock, and then the game gets shorter. So I think there's certainly, whether they're concerns or not, this game could turn into a very quick football game. And if Otsego can get some first downs, which is something Napoleon couldn't get last week, it changes the look of the game. Talk about what you see from Otsego on defense, Coach.
Well, like I said, they got good guys up front with decent size, and they play extremely hard. And they're one where they're going to line up, and that's where they're going to line up. They don't do a lot of moving or anything like that. And a lot of the adjustments are at the linebacker and the defensive back level, and they're very, very skilled. And they have really good playmakers in the secondary that run to the football and have great ball skills. And the linebackers run really well to the football. And as a team, they just really pursue and get to the ball, which eliminates big plays. There's not a lot of seams. So yardage and points could be tough, and then couple that with if they possess the ball and drain the clock, you don't have a lot of possessions to score a lot of points. So you've got to be take advantage of the time you do have.
Well, certainly a physical opportunity this week at Otsego Liberty Center, 2-0 going up against Craig Rutherford. a good Otsego football team with a Hall of Fame coach and a Hall of Fame staff. Coach, we wish you luck this week in preparation.
Thank you.
Good evening, football fans. It's week 3, and the Liberty Center Tigers have traveled east, down 424 to, and then up a ways off of 235 and all them other side roads, but taking on the Otsego Knights. Both teams coming in at 2-0. Otsego, of course, they are adorned in their same orange and black combination. Greatest football school colors in the history in the world, anywhere. This is great. So it's always good to match up against the Otsego Knights. Otsego, with a very impressive 41-7 victory over larger Bowling Green, and then a common opponent, Tenora last week. It was Otsego 14, Tenora 9. We'll be breaking here in a moment for the national anthem. Liberty Center then, on the other hand, when we played Tenora, it was 38-0. And then against Napoleon, a slow start, some key penalties and a couple of turnovers. Napoleon led 7-6 at half, but the Liberty Center crew righted the ship at halftime, came back, and scored 25 unanswered points to handle Napoleon 31-7. You know, as we're here, and if you're not out in the kitchen finishing that hamburger, frying it up for a pregame meal, if you're on the screen, your eyes are being totally ate up by the sun. That's the one bad thing on the side here. We got to wait for that sun to get down and get it out of our eyes. All right, let's break here for the playing of our national anthem. All right, good job there by the combined Tiger and Knight marching bands. One quick note as we've just finished up the national anthem, I'm really impressed by the show of character by our Liberty Center Tigers. We talk about great players, great coaches, work hard, the intensity, but every practice, if there's a game out on the regular football field, and of course they're separated by the metal building, our Tiger football team stops. They take their helmets off, and on the playing of the national anthem, they face the flag, and there is no sound. It is all quiet. It is understood that that's what they do, paying homage to our great country,
because that's
States of
America.
Yes. All right. So with that shared, let's move on. The sun still shining bright. We don't have quite enough clouds over there. Liberty Center scoring 69 points, giving up 7. The only touchdown they've given up was that 85-yard touchdown pass on broken coverage against Napoleon. But Otsego has only given up 1 touchdown in each of their games. So they feature a wing T offense. That's a total reversal from their style of the last several years. And in general, they return 4 of their starters on the offensive line. That will be an edge. Anyway, both teams coming in at 2-0. And my partner tonight, Jigs Babcock, and he'll throw a lot of good information at you. Jigs, what do you think?
Yeah, hey, I think we've got a good matchup here tonight, Spike. Otsego coming in with a lot of confidence, 2-0. 2 big wins against Bowling Green and Tenora. Their last week had a dogfight in that Tenora win. It stopped a late drive from Tenora to potentially go up and win that ball game.
Hey, let me throw something in. You know, we have a reputation around the NWOAL, but you know what? Otsego doesn't care. They are not afraid of Liberty Center. They do not sit in shiver in awe of the Tigers' reputation. They bring their A game.
That's correct, and they've won a couple games in this matchup over the last couple years. And if you remember correctly, Spike, 2 years ago we were on this field, and it was a battle to win that ball game 9-0, where they completely stifled our offense, and we could not do anything on the ground or the air. Very active defensively, linebackers, secondary members blitzing, heavy pressure. So I expect the same thing defensively tonight from Otsego. They're pretty good up front. They got a linebackers that run around, can fly around a little bit. You're going to see a 4-3 to 4-4 defense tonight. You're going to see 8 to 9 men in the box, similar to what we always see against the Liberty Center offense that likes to run the football, but very active from linebacker and safety spots. You're going to see very similar, I think, to what Napoleon was doing last week. You got some guards that are pulling on some of these traps where they're going to be blitzing linebackers, shooting gaps, looking to get some negative plays in our run game to put us behind the sticks, so to hopefully make us pass the football. So that's what I expect from Otsego tonight. Fast, athletic team that's going to get after you.
Yeah, this is an athletic school. They're a team that knows how to compete, how to win. By the way, Liberty Center. Now, obviously, this game's at Otsego, but the Liberty Center Tigers have won 27 straight home games. Who was the last team to beat Liberty Center at home?
27 regular season.
Yeah, 27 regular season games.
Yeah.
But the last team to beat Liberty Center was Otsego.
That was a heck of an Otsego squad. I think they went to the Final Four that year.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah.
They were tough.
Yeah, that's a good ball club. All right, looking at Liberty Center, Tigers are going to run that wing T offense, the same one that they've ran for 78 years. They'll throw the ball once in a while, but they're going to grind it. They've got a multifaceted running game, as you're all aware, and they execute at the line of scrimmage. The offensive line, I'm telling you, is one of their big strengths. The Tigers, I watch these guys in practice, and if the cornerback just shuffles his feet and twists his hips, they changes their assignment on their blocking assignment. So it's very, very difficult to learn this stuff, and for the Tigers to grab this, embrace it, and then put it into play on the field. I'm telling you, Tiger football fans, the job that gets done on our offensive line is just phenomenal. And the way that then the running backs and how they block in that, wing back reverse and how they get out in front. It's just it's a beauty to watch. This game tonight will be like watching the Army-Navy game where both teams run the football and grind it out.
That's right.
I love to watch Navy and Army play. I don't care who it is. So
So I think Spike, to get Otsego offensively, you if you listen to the pregame with Coach Mueller and Scott there, it's going to be like looking in the mirror for Liberty Center. You're going to see a wing T. You're going to see a full house backfield at times tonight where they want to run the football. They do not really want to pass the ball. They can. They are capable. But when they are passing, it's going to be out of a boot pass type of offense where they're faking a trap and a tight end's getting down the field on a 7-8 cut, or a wing back is coming out into the flats where you got 2 to 3 options in the pass game. But for the most part, they want to run the football. And they have some linemen come back that are pretty tough. They got a couple guards that can really play. And they're gonna look to see what Liberty's got up front tonight. And this is also a team, Spike. Keep in mind, we've talked in the last several weeks that you can't really replicate Liberty Center's physicality with scout teams on these other teams that don't run the same offense as us. Well, guess what? Otsego does.
Yeah.
So they've seen it. They've repped against it for through 2-a-days in the first couple weeks here. So this team's going to be ready to go. It's going to be nothing they have not seen in practice, and they should. We'll see if they can match Liberty Center's physicality tonight.
Well, I'm sure of that. And as this game goes on, it'll be a fast-paced game. So very important to get off to a good start. And that doesn't mean Liberty Center has to score on their very first possession, although it would be loved. But you want to establish yourself. You want to get into this because with 2 running teams, that clock is not going to stop.
That's correct.
So you need to stay in the game in the first quarter. And so I'm not going to be a bit surprised. Maybe 1 touchdown in the first period.
Yep.
Maybe 1 in the second. This could be very easily be a tight game. But where Liberty Center almost always shines is their strength and their ability to play 48 minutes of football. And that it could come down to being able to play 48 full minutes tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. The game's naturally going to get shortened with this run game. As you said, the clock will be running on probably both offensive possessions. And that can play into this a little bit as well. And you can press as on an offense if you're a Liberty Center and you're used to having some gash runs and big plays. And if Otsego's making you drive the football 3 to 5 yards all the way down the field, that can put a little bit pressure on offensively. It's an offensive play caller as well. We'll see how that plays mindset-wise for Liberty Center tonight.
Yeah. Now, and the linebackers are going to have to be very active tonight. They're going to be just enough play action out of Otsego to keep everybody honest, your snipers and your DBs. But the linebackers have to be tough, obviously, as in Liberty Center tradition. But they've got to be quick. They've got to be able to cover ground, too.
Yep.
And so Liberty Center, one of their strengths on both sides of the ball, Liberty Center is able to utilize a lot of player rotation. And that allows if somebody gets banged up. I mean, it just keeps everything good. It keeps everything fresh and ready to go. All right, now have we seen who won the toss?
It looks like Otsego is going to receive here. It looks like this is Liberty Center's kicking team here, so I believe the Knights will take the ball first.
I think
here.
you guys are right. Tank Sonnenberg, Barrett, Max Walker are taking the ball out there, so Liberty will kick.
Now, this has been a strength the last couple weeks here, Spike. It's been a race to the return man. It's been impressive to watch this return team.
The wind blowing in Max Walker's favor. He might make a field goal here,
that's
guys.
true. That's true. With that leg that Max has got, he can really crank them here.
Okay, the Tigers are using that durability and versatility. Starting on the defensive line, you've got Hunter Spangler in 1 tackle. On the other side, Kyler Kern, number 69, getting a start at the other tackle. We'll see the Diesel, number 62, Logan Cifuentes. He'll be at nose guard. He'll get a start. But you're going to see some Clayton Seal on defense for the first time this year. You're going to see Xander Zeider mixing in there. And it should be quite a job here as the Tigers stay loose. All right, set for the kickoff. Max Walker on the approach. And gets a high end-over-end drifter, and that's going to go halfway deep into the end zone. Captain, he wasn't too far from that field goal. Woo, baby.
The over and under on that was pretty good.
We've just come to expect, good kickoffs from Max, whether he's put in the end zone or pinning the return man back further. Another good kick there by Max, starting Otsego off on their own 20.
All right, at linebackers, we got Steve Brogan, number 63, Waylon Rentz, number 19, and Cruz, number 30, Gary Cruz. All right, give off that left side, a little bit of running room, plunges ahead, picks up about, we'll call it 3 on the play. Still that bad sun glare right now.
Looks like Spangler and Brogan in on the tackle there. Spike.
Okay, cornerbacks. Cam Colley, number 7. Grady Miller, number 1. A couple of snipers. Blake Garber and Jackson Bartels, the other sniper, and the deep safety, Thomas Mulder. All right, give off this right side. Coming right at there. Hit right there. What a job on the defensive stop coming up out of the linebacker spot. Let's see.
Cruz.
Yep.
Great play there. Jackson Bartels kept his outside arm open there. He was a sniper. Made that running back cut it back in. Gary Cruz filling his hole. Big hit there by Garrison. You know, these linebackers just continue to read their keys and be in the right position at the right time. You saw it again there, Garrison Cruz.
I love the way you got that in there with Bartels kind of setting it up and turning it in. All right, motion. There, give it to the motion man. Trying to get outside. Breaks through one, slips through another one, and he'll pound ahead, and that should be enough for a Otsego first down. Gain of about 10 on the play.
Pretty good run there, Spike, by Jake Limes, number 7. And number 8, Keegan Hutton, is who you're going to see out of the backfield a lot for Otsego tonight. Very capable back, shifty, can break some tackles. You saw it there, broke a tackle, and Waylon Rentz got the first down.
Yeah, I believe he's averaging 7 yards a carry in his first 2 games. All right, the Knights now from the 31-yard line. They'll play action inside reverse.
We know that play.
And coming forward, pickup of about 6 on the play. So an effective run on first down.
That's that inside reverse that we've been talking about. Liberty Center we have not run it that well ourselves yet this year, but that is a very successful play for Otsego. They've been running it pretty well here the last couple weeks for big yards. Nice big gain there on first down for Otsego.
All right, Liberty Center seeing what they're doing. We'll see what kind of adjustments. They show 4 down linemen, 9 men up in the box. They're going to try to give it to the outside. Liberty Center right there to meet Jack. Stop right now. No gain on the play.
Looks like Brogan, Cifuentes on the tackle there as well. Spangler, host of other tacklers. We got a third short here early.
All right, held them to a yard. So 3rd and 3 now as the Knights approach the football. Ball on their own 38-yard line. They're going to show a wing T set to the left with 2 running backs. Give a little delay off that left side. I don't believe he's going to get there. He's going to be short. Maybe only a yard on the play, and the Tigers D rears their ugly heads once again.
I saw Waylon Rentz there take on a block and stifle that. I think Stephen Brogan as well on the tackle there. Linebackers, like you said, Spike, very active tonight for the linebackers. They're going to have to be reading keys, flying around, in meeting contact from these running backs. Big stop there on 3rd down.
All right. So Otsego picks up about 20 yards of offense. Now they're in punt formation. Standing back at the 30-yard line. Let's see.
Old
crew.
Cam Colley as
well. And a short punt. That's going to hit clear up beyond the 40-yard line. Takes another several yard bounce. Nobody could field it. It was that short. Maybe about a 17-yard punt without that extra 7 yards of roll. But Liberty Center, having Otsego get to the 40-yard line, gets pretty reasonable positioning on the field to start their drive.
Yep. Grady Miller coming out quarterback here. Spike starts drive.
Okay. Sun's still got about 20 minutes to go here.
We're struggling up here.
Yeah.
The hands over.
All right, tight formation. Give to the second back.
Big
Rance
run.
cuts through the yard, leaps over one,
Big
breaks
run.
to the outside. He's in the clear at the 40. He's at the 30. There's nobody going to catch him now. He's going to go all the way. 65 yards for a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown.
What a statement run for the first offensive play, Spike. Great blocking down the field. Waylon with a little stiff arm, cut back, and there was no one there. Waylon Rentz to the house. That guy's got some breakaway speed there too as well once he breaks that second level, doesn't he?
Oh man, he just got out. He made a leap over one tackler, made a cut to the outside. All right, setting up for the PAT kick. Fitzenreiter, good snap. Hold on the way, Kreinbrink, and up and good by Ian Rosebach. So Liberty Center, with only 4 minutes gone, one play from scrimmage, they take the lead.
Spike, we're going to see that. We're going to see that one again here on the replay.
Did that miss?
We're going to see that again on the replay here. Cole's going to get that teed up. Let's watch this blocking here at the point of attack. Look at that surge. Wow. Big cutback.
Wow.
And no one there. See ya. Waylon Rentz.
All right. Apparently that kick missed.
Okay.
So
had one of those last week as well.
Yeah, Liberty Center takes the lead. All right. Now, Rentz had a wide open hole right at the line of scrimmage. Were they gambling on defense? And then those either go for no gain or they go the distance.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see tonight is Otsego they're going to have 8-9 right in the box. So if you can get past that line of scrimmage, past those linebackers, there's one safety to beat. And that safety slipped on that play, and Waylon was off to the races. There's no one else left. So I think Otsego knows they have to stack the box in order to compete against Liberty Center's offensive line and run game tonight. So they're going to take some gambles, take some chances, try to stay in this game early.
All right. We'll announce the offense, but we'll wait till the next series. Okay, Tigers come out. Walker again to kick off.
That's the second. Didn't they open up, Spike, with Tenora on the first play offensively? Man, oh man,
Yeah.
This offense have been, when it gets going, it is tough to stop. A little bit slow last week in the first half against Napoleon, but they got it going there in the second half, and looks like they're picking up right where they left off.
All right, yeah, it did count. I don't know why a little bit lethargic on the scoreboard to get that thing marked up, but
I was going to say, it looked good. I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it looked like it was right down the pike.
Yeah. All right.
Can we get another arm plate over here?
Here's the kick. High end over end, and that's going to go sailing deep, and that's pretty darn close to the end line. We're going to call that one 8 yards deep in the end zone, and Walker once again with a little bit of wind help maybe, but drills that thing into the end zone.
Great job there by Max. He's been playing well offensively, defensively. You see him in there, linebacker now. He's been playing a really good guard spot the last couple weeks, and obviously kicking. Very valuable piece for Liberty Center, Max Walker.
All right, Clayton Seal now. No, we got
maybe some blood or something here. They don't like from Pearson.
So Rentz will check back in for Garrison Cruz. Zider now into the lineup. Clayton Seal at nose guard. Rolling back. In trouble. Has to scramble. They put on a lot of pressure. Nice job there from Walker. Walker forced him out of the pocket. You say Moeller on great coverage.
Yeah. Cam Colley was all over the tight end there on the 7 cut. Thomas Moeller on the 8 cut. That's the old boot pass there, Spike. You got the tight end on the backside is going to run an 8 cut, or a post is what they call it. And the front side is going to run a 7 count to the flag. And Liberty Center's defense all over it there. Nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, the defensive backs have really stepped up their game this year so far. All right, 2nd down and 10. They're going to put it on a power sweep this way. Tigers close fast. Moeller on the help, getting up on the bottom of the pile, I believe.
Colley.
Yep. Cam Colley.
Nice little stick there by Cam. 34 is a big fella now. What's the number 34? Christopher Kazmaier, the wing back. They use him a lot on some of those reverse traps and stuff there. He's a big fella. Nice little hit there by Cam. Looked like it was a pretty big hole, but collapsed pretty quickly there
swarmed to
by
the
the
ball
speed.
Well. All right, 3rd down and 6. Back at their own 24. Twin setbacks, man in the slot over here with the wideout. They're going to run power football right this way, and that's got going. No, wait a minute. Boy, was I fooled. Wow, I went with the flow of the ball. I totally, Jakes describe what happened.
Yeah, a little boot pass there again. And that's one thing about this quarterback, Spike, Caden Hutton, is he has a lot of good fakes. So he's going to stick that ball in there, and he'll tuck it, kind of put it on his hip on these boot passes, and that's why you thought the running back had it there. Pretty good defense again by Liberty Center to cover up the two tight ends and the wing back there. Nowhere to really go with the ball.
Boy, you talk about biting, and please don't eat the daisies, man, Spiker. Woo!
Yeah, Mark was saying, look at the offensive lineman here for Otsego. That's a big fella.
All right, Collie.
Ooh, not as good of a
another
bad.
short punt.
Bad one.
Holy
Fire.
moly, that hits at about the 35-yard line.
That's
That might have went 10 yards at the most.
that's tough.
Woo.
Wow.
5 yards total.
What they have 15-yard one last time. So
Yeah.
man, that's tough. As a punt team. Yeah, that's true. There is a pretty stiff breeze over here tonight that he's punting right into. So that could play into the roll there.
You can punt them on a line drive and just hope to get some roll. But the Tigers sitting in the catbird seat here. They'll put Rentz in motion. Now toss over here, caught by Cruz. He breaks a tackle, puts a straight arm on, pounds his way down the sideline, and that's enough for 13 yards and a Tiger first down.
Peyton Crimebrink there, Spike, in on this possession, opening up with a pass. Nice little passing catch there to Gary, broke a tackle. Good, solid yards. Caden's got a nice ball to the outside, makes a very catchable ball. Good start there for the offense.
All right, wing T set to the left, the twin setbacks. Cruz in motion, and now they're going to give off on a broken play to Moeller, and Moeller he'll pop it forward for a few yards. Tigers didn't get the call, but Gary he slowed down, but he didn't
kept
change
going.
his stride,
Yeah.
and that was the best thing. He didn't move forward or anything, did not get the penalty. So the Tigers get a couple. Hunter Spangler at the center. We got Cifuentes at one guard, Steve Brogan at the other. Here's a give, power right up the middle. Rentz, he'll dive forward, straight dive, and he'll pick up a couple more. Tigers looking at a third down and maybe 5 to go.
That same number 7, Jake Limes, that's a pretty good running back. He's also one of their best linebackers, very active in the middle there. Spike on a nice tackle there.
All right, Tigers in 4-down territory on the 14-yard line. They show a wide out to the far side, motion that way. They're going to give it to Mulder, following
Steven.
They're at the
Nice
5,
block.
at the 2, 3, 1. Touchdown, Liberty Center. Again, 14 yards away. He had two powerful blockers out in front. Steve Brogan, 63, leading the way.
Yeah.
And that vaulted him into the end zone.
Man,
wow.
I'll tell you what, Stephen Brogan, if you just continue to watch him week after week on these pulling guards, he will stifle you, and he did that. He just took that safety to the ground, was not a factor. Thomas Muller was able to cut off, untouched. Touchdown, Tigers.
All right, good grab by Crimebrick. Kick is up, and it is good. So just a little over 6 minutes gone, and the Tigers put 2 scores up on the board from short fields.
I think we're going to see that one again here, Spike. Let's watch Stephen Brogan, the right guard, I believe. Stephen's going to pull. He'll be the lead block in front of Thomas on this one. Watch him take the safety right here. Get out of the way.
Just a little slip to the outside.
And I don't think that kid really wanted any of that. He kind of almost laid down before Steven got there. He probably felt Steven the possession before on a couple of those. So, these body blows from these pulling guards, they take its toll on a defense.
Hey, I want to throw a quick housekeeping thing in here. Tomorrow's Rogers game has been canceled. Rogers just doesn't have the numbers to play a JV game, so there's no game scheduled for tomorrow, so we're going to take Saturday off, a rare Saturday off. But check our schedule next week, man. We're Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All right, bring it.
Packed. I'll tell you what, it's so nice what you guys do. I'm able to, watch 7th grade, watch 8th grade, and tune in. That's such a cool thing that you guys do and all the time that you give.
Columbus Grove leads Patrick Henry on their opening drive. They score 7-0 Grove.
Low line drive kick. That's going to bounce and squirt all the way down to the 10-yard line. Open field. Hit right there.
Go, Blake.
Wow. Blake Garber laid the lumber to him. and he goes down right now. Got down lower than the return man, and he goes down immediately. You know, on that last offensive play, the downfield blocking was phenomenal. There was not an orange shirt that didn't have a Liberty Center black helmet ramming them backwards.
Yep.
What a job. All right, Otsego comes out under center, wing left set. Give, second back, tries to squirt it outside, finds a little bit of a seam, picks up maybe 3, but the Tigers closed well.
Waylon Rentz in on that tackle. I think Stephen Brogan as well. These linebackers are going to get their fill tonight on these tackles. You're going to hear their names a lot.
Caden Sonnenberg in there, number 22.
I think Bartell, 17.
Yep, Jack Bartell, 17. So the Tigers keep running fresh troops in there.
18.
Lonazak, 18, yeah. Lonazak winds up. Give straight ahead.
Clayton Seal.
And
71.
Clayton, the nose guard, getting that shot at defense tonight. You know, he's had some health issues, but rebounding well and coming back.
Yeah, it's nice to see him with that knee injury that he's had and getting back healthy, looking a little bit quicker. Still got a little bit of a gimp, but nice play there for Clayton Seal.
All right, 3rd down and 4, so Otsego in a position to move the chains. Tigers with 10 men up in the box. Now a little fake, has to roll and throws it away.
Wow.
Great pass rush. Let's see who was
Swiffy.
that? Yeah, the Diesel.
I tell you what, Spike, the secondary Liberty Center is all over these boot passes tonight. These corners are just sitting and waiting on these tight ends. They're reading it early, and there is nowhere to go with the football for
Logan
this quarterback.
Cifuentes just blew 2 Otsego Knights up in the backfield.
He's really been coming on, playing very nicely.
Yep, number 62, Cifuentes. You might hear us call him Diesel. You might hear us call him Dip.
Siffy.
Yep, Siffy.
There's a better punt.
All right, that's a little better. Tigers call for – no, they run that straight ahead. Collie grabbed it at the 45 and able to find 6 more yards, and the Tigers now will take up stock just across midfield stripe. 4:10 to go here in period number 1. Grady Miller will take the reins. Okay, the offensive line. Kellen Weimer plays a lot of offensive tackle. He'll be in there. Brady Giesecke, normally the starting tackle on the right. And then you've got wideouts. You've got Garber, Collie, Hammond Tree, see some action at tight end or spread out. Oh, the Tigers come out. They show a wideout to either side with a double setback. Low snap, grab. Grady has to roll hard right, looking for running room. Tucks his shoulder down, and he'll pick up about 4 yards. Nice job of recovery and finding what he could.
Great job there, Spike by Grady. Just a broken down play. Pick that up, get some positive yards. Don't worry about continuing to pass the ball, but just find a seam, get some positive yards.
Hey,
got 4 on that one.
Real quick, PH fumbles. Grove recovers, takes it to the 2. They score on the next play. Grove's up 14-0 real quick here in that game.
Wow.
Yeah, Grove, obviously, the last couple of years have been very solid.
The last team to beat them
Deep playoff runs.
at home, Liberty Center, baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
in their house, yeah.
Yep, in the playoffs.
All right, Liberty Center comes out. 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. Wing left set, single setback. Now motion this way. They'll give to the motion back, cutting it up. That, I think, is
Good
Rich.
cut.
Cuts it outside.
Good cut, Jackson.
And cuts it there. That's Jack Martell's finally tripped up. Couldn't keep his balance. But a pickup of about 21 yards on that kind of a wing reverse.
Yeah, great run there by Jackson Bartell, Spike. You know, these running backs, we've talked about them a lot. It's a big stable. There's a lot of depth there. Jackson has not gotten the ball a lot, but, man, making a lot of that run right there.
Kellen Weimer, number 60, made a great block out there on the edge, too.
Yeah, it was only a shoestring that brought Bartels down, and I tell you right now, he likes it, but he's not happy with it. All right, Rentz on the right, Moeller on the left. Here is a little play action, rolling out Miller. finds his man. That's caught over there. I think it's Collie, and that's going to be enough for about 13 yards. And the Tigers
17.
Are going to move the chain. Jackson Bartels, excuse me.
Yeah.
I got the.
Got the 7.
Yeah, I got the.
Spike is a great job there by Grady. He had Garrison Cruz out in the flat open early, waited, and kind of waited for that drag to come across. Jackson Bartels from that wing. Nice little passing catch there.
All right, now Miller will line up out of the gun. Single setback, motion, Cruz. They're going to give it to Cruiser on the right side. He's got an entourage, powers his way forward, and he'll get down to about the, I'll call it the 7-yard line, pick up a 5.
Yeah, Liberty Center's offensive has looked pretty good so far here tonight, Spike. Starting off and passing, running, everything seeming to work here as we're going to look to punch another one here in the first quarter, make it 21-0.
All right, Brogan the guard on the left. Out of the gun, Miller with a double wide out to the far side. No, that's crime break. He'll roll hard this way. Now cut it outside, still on his feet, looking for room, takes on a tackler.
That's
Miller,
Grady.
I'm sorry, that was Miller. I saw him grab the ball, and I looked at it to be in his left hand, and I just thought,
Well,
whoa.
Spike, in the 20-plus years you and I have been together, when have we ever had a rotating 2-quarterback system at Liberty?
Yeah, that's true. Grady, another good decision there. You know, broke down, didn't have anything there to pass it, just tuck that thing, get positive yards. A little bit more decisive tonight. Grady Miller from the quarterback position.
All right, Clayton Seal now in there at center. Miller right under seed, and the power
Just a
offside.
wave.
Good.
Weimer.
Touchdown across 3-yard plunge. Nothing there. That was stand-up comedy. That was Garrison Cruz with the touchdown. So Liberty Center now with 3 touchdowns in this first period, and you can throw out the window all that so-called expertise about this being a tight one touchdown.
Wait a minute, Mr. Whitman. I think that was you in the pregame.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I'm afraid it was. All right, good snap, good hold, kick on the way, and that is going to be nothing but good.
Spike on that play there. Kellen Weimer did a great job to seal that. Jackson Bartels with a good kick-out block. And Garrison almost went in untouched. We're going to see it again here. Cole's got it tapped up for us. Watch this wave coming into the end zone here.
But look at that push.
Yeah.
I might have been able to make it.
Hey,
maybe.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe.
No,
I said
Captain.
maybe.
No, you'd have tried to dribble it like a basketball.
Well, I would have, but that's not my point here. That was a good push into the end zone.
This has been an offensive clinic so far here for Liberty Center. Offensive line, big time. Running backs, running well. Quarterbacks, throwing the ball. It's just all the way across the board here so far, Spike. Dominant performance.
Yeah, you can take away the 65-yard opening score run. You can take away the 2 short fields that Liberty's had. Their offensive line is simply pushing Otsego halfway to Bowling Green here.
Yeah, there has been a big push, big holes so far on offense.
All right, now we're going to shift to Rosebrock to kick off.
They paid him to do that so they could actually tackle somebody.
That's all the way down to about the 10-yard line, and he's going to be hit.
Here we go.
My goodness.
He gets smoked. Great coverage by the kickoff special team.
I think that might have been Mason Smith.
Yeah, there is some big collisions. Even though you're not making the tackle between the blocker and the gunner, there's another big explosion there. Not sure exactly who that was, but Will Fitzenreiter, I believe, was the first man there on a nice tackle there by Will.
I know Isaac Orth, number 28, was in on that, and he's another rising star.
Yep, it's a race to these return men.
Well, they don't get a chance to tackle.
That's right.
On the kickoff
Let's get in there and get in it.
Yeah. All right. Give off the left
Waylon
side,
Rentz.
and he's going to be hit right there. That might be a loss on the play in the backfield. Man, this Liberty Center defense is just overwhelming.
Yeah,
Schwager in there, Deegan Schwager, number 57, in on that play.
Waylon that time, looks like he read the guard, beat the guard to his spot, tackled the guard and the running back. Waylon Rentz, we talk about him, his film study, and just how he does not miss many plays. And great example there, Waylon Rentz, big-time play.
All right, Zeider getting some reps in there. Give straight ahead. and they may dive forward for a couple of yards, but maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be it. And half a minute left here in the first quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see.
Guys, Archbold kicks a field goal, goes up 3-0 on Tenora in the first.
This morning on the prognosticators, I'm not so sure, but what they picked Tenora.
Well, he
sure.
was 0 for 2 with Liberty in the first 2 weeks, so
yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that as we come to the end of one.
Maxwell shared a lot of love this time around in this third week in the prognosticators this morning. Kind of lightened his stance up a little bit. All right, so Otsego lets the clock run out on a 3rd and 11 situation. So at the end of one period of play, Liberty Center with 3 explosions lead it 21-0.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them.
Okay, we're back, getting set here for quarter number 2, and we can already see that big rotation system that's used by Liberty Center, and boy, they've been able to use it to perfection. You know, all these guys getting all these reps, and you play a long season in the playoffs, and it's just super to see Liberty Center, the coaching staff, use their team to their highest level of execution. Okay, sun getting down there lower. Boy, I can't wait here another 5 minutes and we'll get it out of our eyes. Otsego with a 3rd down, we'll call it 10 to go. Back inside their own 20-yard line. Under center. And they're going to pitch it back.
Ooh,
looking
Stephen
for a hole.
Brogan.
Hit right away. Brogan there again. Wow.
Stephen Brogan blew that play up there, Spike. You know, as Otsego offensively, you got to be looking at the playbook right now saying, okay, nothing's really working. They're over the boot passes. What can we do? And then you run a little pitch like that. Stephen Brogan fills the lane for a minimal gain. Another 4th down here for Otsego. Liberty Center defense is flying around, stifling this offense for the night so far.
Yep. Kellen Weimer seeing a lot of action on both sides of the ball as just a sophomore. All right, the kick, that's going to be a high floater. That's going to come down. Old Crew takes it at his 45, breaks through one, stays on his feet, drives and pounds those thighs, and digs forward down to the 45-yard line.
Nice little run there, but turn there by JT, able to field that thing. Get some positive yards. Look at his field position, too, by Liberty Center, Spike. I mean, this time starting at the 45-yard line, it's been 40 and plus almost every single possession, shortened field. And we talk about that versus Otsego starting at their own 20. It's almost a 20-yard changeover every single time Liberty Center gets the ball here.
Right. Okay. Blake Garber spread out wide to this side. Now the Tigers shift. They've got Hammondtree out there as a wing on the far side. Give straight ahead and hit right away. And Otsego's defense stiffens up. Rentz maybe gets a yard right up the gut.
Nice tackle there by number 34, Chris Kazmaier. He plays a pretty good linebacker spot there. Was able to sit in the hole on that trap and get Whalen for a minimal gain.
Giesecke, the tackle on the right. The Diesel, the guard on that right side. Now they're going to little play action. That's going to go nowhere, and Kreinbrink faked the handoff and was going to maybe look to roll out, but that went nowhere. Somebody broke through there and nailed Kreinbrink for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, 68, Martinez Alba there, Spike. That is a big fella, 250 plus. Looks like he read that thing the whole way. Looked like he was reading Kreinbrink there on that keep for a a loss.
All right, so a stop and now a yard loss, and Liberty with 3rd and 11. White out here, motion this way. They're going to give it to the motion man, Moeller. Looks for a block, cuts it up inside. He'll pound forward for 5 yards down to just outside the 40-yard line. So now 4th down, and I would assume the Liberty will run some offense here. I doubt if they punt.
Yeah, nice little run there by Thomas, able to get 5 or 6, make this a manageable 4th down to where you don't have to pass the ball here. This can be a run as well. It gives multiple options in the playbook.
All right, so the Tigers are going to show a wide formation. They've got trip receivers, 2 to this side, a single setback out of the gun. On the snap, they fake the play. Kreidenbrink over the middle, just overthrows Lonazak on a post pattern, just over the top.
Yeah, that was Lonazak there, Spike. Looked like he was open, just a little bit overthrown there by Kreidenbrink. You wonder, these quarterbacks, we talk about them kind of rotating possessions, and although it is good for obviously getting depth in that role, but you got a quarterback that's not getting as many of those reps as well. So he still is a very green quarterback, has all the throws, can make all the throws.
I'll mention that in a moment. All right, out of the wing set. Now they're going to give it on a little inside reverse. They pound that forward for about 4 yards on the play. Liberty Center, even though they run the ball 95% of the time, in practice, nightly, when they run their offense, they throw the ball, and they throw the ball. Mm-hmm. So game reps, I know, are a lot more important, a lot more meaningful, but I think they do get reps because the Tigers don't throw it in the trash can, that passing game. They definitely work on it. 2nd and 7. Now they're going to run sweep this way.
Oh, my, Waylon Rents.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
That was Major League Sunday afternoon pro football.
Oh.
That's a Kip Kern hit.
Wow, that guy is just a step ahead.
Yeah, maybe.
you know Eric liked that one, absolutely. He had a few of them back in his day. I'll tell you what, Waylon Rents is a step ahead at the linebacker position. The way he can read, the way he can diagnose and get there before the play gets going, that's what happened right there, and that running back had no shot.
Wow, loss of a couple. Now 3rd and long. They give it on some power stuff and breaks free. And that is going to be close to 1st down yardage. We'll see where the ball's spotted. But I think it's going to be spotted right at midfield. That'll make it 4th down and maybe a yard to go. And if I'm Otsego, hey.
You got to go here.
Yeah, we're down. We've got half the quarter gone here in period number 2. I don't think they've got a choice. They come out with a tight formation. Wing right package, man in the slot on the right. Under center, the quarterback gives straight ahead, pounds off through there. Hit by Miller coming up. Original hit made by Sonnenberg, number 22. But that is enough, 1.5 yards, and that'll move the chains. Otsego picks up what? Maybe their 2nd first down? Maybe
2nd or 3rd, I believe, Spike, yeah. To go back to that Waylon Rents hit, Spike, we felt that one up here too. Folks at home can't, but I tell you right now, that was a big-time collision.
All right, Otsego with a wing right set, White out to the far side. 2 tight ends. They're going to give it off that right side, breaks through one, slides forward. Siffy got in there, tripped him up, and he never really regained his balance.
Yeah.
Tigers closed, but that shoestring tackle, we'll give him credit for that. Only a couple of yards on the pickup.
Yeah, I believe Stephen Brogan in there as well. Spike shooting that gap.
I got to make sure I get these.
Missed that running back.
Siffy is 2 and Brogan is 3, so maybe I even missed the number. Yeah, 62 and 63. All right, under the gun, single setback, man in motion. They fake that. They're going to give it right up the middle on a little quick hand back in kind of a dive sort of play. Picks up maybe a couple. 3rd down and 5, we'll say.
Stephen Brogan again on a good read. That was pretty good handles there by the quarterback. He had that little jet motion, stuck it in, kind of put it on his hip, and then slid it right in there on an inside trap. Stephen Brogan was not fooled. Nice tackle there by Steve.
All right, Tigers show 3 men up front. but they're expecting a run here. Give to the first back, a little dive, and not much doing there. Hit, wow.
Max
What a
Walker
game.
first, I believe, and then a host of other Tigers on that tackle there.
Yeah, they close so well.
They
I
do.
mean, it's just great
Fly-
gang tackling.
It is that defense flies around. It is a race to the football, Spike.
All right, pick up a yard. Now we're going to have a 4th and 4. Ball resting at the 42-yard line of Liberty Center. Otsego, of course, they're going to come out. They're looking for some revenge here. Wing, right set, give. Now that little inside reverse again. That's running room there. Breaks one, slips off another. Finally brought down inside the 30-yard line. That'll be a pickup of around 11 yards. And Otsego with a little bit of extra perception there.
Yeah, probably their best run of the night there, Spike. It's that play we've seen probably 3 or 4 times already, but they've run it pretty well. They blocked it up that time. Nice gain there, Otsego.
All right, Otsego with a couple of wideouts to the far side. Under center, give to the second back. Looking for a hole, great nosedive.
Hunter
And
Spangler.
let's see, yep, Spangler, I think you're right. Fights through there, makes that hit, slows that down to practically nothing.
Great job there by Hunter. Fight off that block, make the solo tackle, gumming it up in there. You know, Otsego not showing any quit here, Spike. This is probably their best drive here so far.
Well, and you knew it was coming. This is two well-versed a team.
Yep.
They're well coached. They've got a good off. They're running up against one of the best defenses in the state,
Yep.
and they're making a little bit of move. Now give on a sweep. Looking there. Makes a dive, finally catching up. Let's see.
Thomas Moeller.
Yeah, Thomas Moeller, number 3, came up from his safety spot, slowed him down. But the Tigers, even though it looked dangerous and very explosive, they only come up with about 4 on the play.
Yeah, a couple missed tackles there that you don't normally see. Thomas Muller cleaning it up. Nice tackle there by Thomas coming out of the back end.
Okay, now Otsego.
Now the third
down
manageable.
and 4. Yep, on the Tiger 23. They show a man in the slot on the left. 2 backs. They fake it. Now it's that little inside. No, the quarterback keeps it on a little bit of a draw, delayed draw.
No, that was a little bit of self-preservation. He
Yeah.
turned and Hunter Spangler was standing there.
Uh-huh. Garrison Cruz on a good read there. Were able to get a shoestring on that tackle to bring up 4th down.
You got to like that offense, though. They faked that inside reverse
Yeah.
that they've used before, and the
Yep.
quarterback had the idea to keep it. And I think against a lot of teams that would have worked.
Yeah,
but
and number 14, Caden Hutton, the quarterback, I'm telling you, he really hides that ball. These fakes are really good, and they can pause a defense. And there's been a few
Probably going
times
to get a
we've gotten
timeout here.
Yeah, there's been a few times we've been fooled tonight, Spike, on some of
Yeah.
these fakes, and he does a really nice job with his ball handling.
all right, Otsego, and this drive is converted on 4th down twice. They use a timeout. 2:47 left here, second period, 21-0, but Otsego threatening.
Hey, a couple score updates. Delta over Lake. I said Eastwood earlier.
That's
I
right.
apologize.
2-0, two 2-0
Yeah,
teams, right?
Delta. Mike Vickers has got Delta believing, and Lake a quality team. So they're up over Lake. Archbold 3, Tenora nothing. Grove is up over PH 14-0, and Ottawa Hills over Swanton. So that's not a shocker.
No.
14-0.
What? We got a Wasion score.
We
have?
do not have a Wasion score. I just looked.
Okay.
Diamond Dan on the camera. I tell you, he's got the hardest
Yeah,
job right
yeah.
now, fighting that sun, trying to keep that shot quality for you.
That's it.
Might seem like we're a little tight on the field right now, but as soon as the sun goes down, we'll be able to open that up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, by halftime we'll be eyesight big shots.
Now,
but right now,
none of us in the booth will be able to see anything
No.
from the red dots, but
All right, here they go. 4th and 5 for Otsego on the Liberty 22. They're going to go for it. They do some shifting around. They've got a power formation to the left under center. They give it on a little, no, keeps it, back to throw, upfield, and good pressure from
Yep.
Max Walker. And And that forces the incomplete pass. He never had time to set. You know, Liberty, they expected Liberty to look for the run first. They showed run, and then when the quarterback kept it, looked up, and here was Max Walker with two big paws in his face.
I got another score update. I'll try to limit these. Grove now up 21-0. 3 first-half turnovers for the PH, for the Patrick Henry Patriots.
Well, at least
Eastwood
at
is
least
playing
they've got an
Wasion.
excuse.
Eastwood is playing Wasion. They're up 21-0 over the Indians.
Wow. All right, so the Tigers have the football now at their own 22-yard line. Miller under center. He backed the throw. Play action. Got a man out there. Caught at the 35-yard line. Still pounding
Moeller.
against. It's Moeller, you say. Moeller picks up 5 more yards. Yak after the catch. And excellent throw. Miller laid it right on the proverbial money.
Yeah, nice passing catch there. And good run after the catch by Thomas. Stick his foot in the ground, get a couple extra yards.
All right, Cam Colley spread wide to the far side. Dive right up the middle to Moeller, and he'll pick up a couple maybe. Tigers getting some good push on that line, but we're playing a team that knows how to play. You know, it's not so much maybe that Otsego is weak, but as we go, I'm starting to get the impression that we've got a decent football team.
Yeah,
You think?
They're okay.
Yeah,
they're
maybe.
okay.
All right. They're going to run a power sweep this way. Cuts it back. That's Rentz.
Wait,
Cuts it to the outside. He's got running room now. It's a foot race. He's at the 30,
gone.
the 20. You can forget about this one,
There's a
boys.
flag.
All the way to the house.
Uh-oh.
But
It's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown. It's a stinking rotten yellow flag laying back there at near the 40-yard line.
Whalen's throwing his hands up,
Ouch.
Spike. He's like, man,
Wow.
that much of a gallop, and I got to bring it back.
54 yards. Boy, you can't bury a guy that deep. 54 yards is wiped out.
That was a heck of a run. Again by Waylon Rentz.
Is that Liberty's first penalty?
I think it is, yes.
I
Cole
believe
Ballman with
it
the
is.
first time
confirmation
Boom
there.
Boom's hit the flag button for Liberty
Yeah,
Center.
They
So.
got us for a hold.
No Digger's out there talking crap, Spike, so you know. You know what he wants, don't you?
Yeah, I know what he wants.
Shut up,
Yeah,
Digger.
give
Shut
it to
up.
him. I love that.
Cross country will run tomorrow at the Tiffin Carnival.
All right.
All right. Now they're going to run a power sweep looking that way. That's Rentz. Stays
Uh-oh,
on
he's
feet,
gonna-
breaks on
oh,
another
my.
one, makes
Ooh.
a good cut, powering over 2 tacklers and up across the 50-yard line. That is a gain of 16 yards, and Rentz, with a little bit of retribution perhaps, shows his stuff. The Tiger offensive line did a job, got Rentz outside, first down Liberty Center.
Yeah, that's a guy that's just running angry, Spike. We saw it last week with some of that stiff arm. Again, they're using the stiff arm, extra yards. Great run.
All right,
Waylon
Miller
Rentz.
under center, double wing set, motion this way. Nope, blown dead. And they call a procedure, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see. Somebody must have moved, and I didn't see it.
I don't know if that was in the motion man that they got there or what.
Minute 22, Liberty Center with the ball just a few yards short of midfield. Of course, they're not going to want to down this. They need the offensive work. They're going to go for it. And the Tigers call a timeout. 1:22 left in the half. 21-0 Liberty Center.
Hey, don't forget, check our website for all the updates. We've got schedule changes. Once again, the Rogers-Rams game scheduled for JV tomorrow is canceled. But we'll be back Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week. The Archibald Blue Streaks come to town. On Friday, we've got Genoa. We've got, coming to town to play soccer. We've got a ton of, there it is. I know I have a clipboard somewhere. We've got Genoa, Fayette coming to town. They'll play volleyball. The Eagles will. Then volleyball right back with Delta. Boys soccer will take on the Blue Streaks. 7th grade football on Thursday will take on the Blue Streaks. And then the boys will play the Toledo Christian Eagles in soccer on Thursday. So once again, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
All right, bring it. All right, for Grandma Jean Kern, this drive's for you, kid. We'll see if we can, if the Tigers can push this thing down the field. Denny Barlow down there in the southern half of the country, always watching. Denny, shout out to you. I'll catch up with you, buddy, later. All right, so after the Liberty timeout, 1st and 15. Tigers need to get the ball just down inside the 40-yard line to move the chains.
Oh, keep it though, Kami.
All right, double wide out to this side with the wing right set. You're going to roll this way is Miller. He'll throw it out in the flats. Caught out there by Walker. Walker evades one tackle. Breaks and pounds through another one.
Garrison Cruz.
Cruz, I'm sorry. 30, 50. Yep.
Great job there by Grady. Just take what the defense gives you. Garrison out in the flat. That's a guy what we've seen what he can do. Run after the catch. Great job there by just dumping it out there, letting him get some positive yards. Now you get a second and manageable 2nd and 10 here.
All right, now Cruz is the in the slot over on the far side along with Cam Colley. Wide out over here. They're going to throw that little out route over the head of Garber. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for Liberty Center. So the Tigers using a little passing here to try to move the football as they work to set up the rest of the season. Now, Lonazak, number 18, he'll check into the lineup. He'll be out there in a slot someplace. He'll replace Hamtree, normally the tight end. All right, double wide out to the far side. Wing set over there. Miller takes the high snap. Now has to roll. Has running room. No, fires over the middle. Just a little bit too high for Cam Colley. He got a paw on it, but didn't have enough to bring it down. And that'll bring up 4th down and the ball at midfield.
Good idea there by Grady. Did not have his first option. Look here to the right. Roll out a little bit. Look to find Cam.
Kreinbrink is going to punt.
Yeah, he's been working on that some in practice, yeah.
Is he left-footed?
Giving Max a little break
that
here, maybe?
I don't know. That's a good call. Low snap, good grab, a left-footed punt. And that's going to hit short. Lost it as we look into the sun. It's going to bounce around the 30-yard line somewhere.
A worm burner punt.
Yeah,
that was
10, 15, 20 yards.
Is that like your drive in golf, Jake?
Yeah, that's about what it looks like. Something like that. That or a big slice.
All right.
One of the two. Looks like he's limping a little bit there, too. Hopefully he's okay. That come off the foot wrong for sure there.
Yeah, in practice, I saw him put some pretty good booms out there. All right, so Otsego with 54 seconds left. Ball back at their own 30. Under center. Give to the second back. They're going to power forward and pick up about 4 on the play.
Cifuentes there, I believe, first of contact on that tackle. He continues to play a good game. Coming off that game last week where he was the big dog of the game, right?
Yeah.
Or no? Or did we go with Grady?
Grady Miller.
That's right.
Grady
he was
Miller,
in the running.
yeah.
He was in the running.
One of the final 3.
That's right. He's playing and having a nice game again here tonight.
Kyler Kern playing a lot of defensive end tonight. Give off that right side.
yeah,
nothing doing. He's going to be whacked, cracked, and backed into the backfield. Loss on the play of a couple.
Garrison Cruz. This linebacker crew is pretty tough. Stephen Brogan, Garrison Cruz, Waylon Rentz. These guys dominate football games, and they have dominated the first half from linebacker position so far.
Well, using a lot of good field position, some breakaway runs, and simply good strength and power. Liberty Center on top, 21-0 as we head to the half.
This broadcast is copyrighted by Tiger Sports Live for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of Tiger Sports Live is prohibited.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them.
J. Cedar. Tonight, the band is finishing the run of our funk show. We open with a modern song by the American artist and known ours. This is Uptown Funk. Drum major Savannah Hernandez is your man. Ladies and gentlemen, your Tiger Marching Band. marching Tigers are under the direction of Mr. Lynn Leatherman, assistant Bryce Trapp, major and advisor and a half, Rachel Lewisell. They would like to thank the Otsego marching band for hosting us tonight, and good luck on the rest of their season. Send a special shout out to the Liberty Center musicals, LC community for always being their biggest fans. Thank you for being a wonderful audience, and as always, go Tigers!
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 2024 Otsego High School Marching Band under the direction of Rebecca Schwarzkopf and led on the field by senior drum major Maxwell Miles and junior drum major Maria Barton. For your halftime entertainment this evening, we present Under the Big Top. We begin our show with two pieces from the Cirque du Soleil showing Journey of Man. Initially released in the year 2000, Journey of a Man is a celebration of the human spirit that combines the unique artistry and music of Cirque du Soleil with the power of large format film. Featuring senior Josie Zeller on mellophone, junior Ray Smith on trumpet. Sit back and enjoy Journey of Man. The 2017 movie, The Greatest Showman, celebrates the birth of show business and tells of a visionary who rose from nothing to create a spectacle that became a worldwide sensation. The song, This Is Me, is an anthem that encourages everyone to step out because this is your moment. Featuring Junior, Kane and Horn on flugelhorn, and Pyramus, This Is Me.
Oh, you hit my, this ball unplug your thing. You hit my thing out over 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, shut it.
It's coming back to me. Hey, we're back. About 7 minutes left here in the halftime, but I want to go through and thank our title sponsors for 2024-25, and that's KK Collision, the leader in the automobile repair industry, servicing Northwest Ohio's auto needs for 27 years. They offer fast and reliable repair options that stand above the competition. Meyer Baden Hop Insurance, they believe that insurance is a people business, building relationships with our clients and companies in Northwest Ohio since 1933. Affinity IT Group, providing IT solutions that work best for your company. They don't want to be the repair guy. When you have a problem, they want to solve them before they happen. Call them at 885-4455 to discuss your company's needs. Asphalt Paving, Ohio Asphalt Paving. Let us put our over 15 years of paving experience to work for you. Get a free estimate by the next business day. Discover the Ohio Asphalt Paving difference for yourself. Go to ohioasphalt.com for more information. Davis Farm Services, the family-owned agronomy business, locations in Liberty and Delta, helping Northwest Ohio farmers for 50 years. Swan Welding, not just a metal fabricator, they're the partner in success of your fabrication products. Since 1956, Swan Welding's dependable team has been delivering the highest quality steel fabrication worldwide. Pisanello's Pizza, that great family restaurant serving up delicious pizza wings, subs, and salads. Variety of appetizers right here in downtown Liberty Center. The Gerald Grain Centers, a farmer-owned cooperative located in Northwest Ohio. At Gerald Grain Centers, we strive to do the best in our customer service. Call 598-8025 to see how we might help you. Holgate Metal Fab with 14,000 feet of fabrication area. Holgate Metal Fab is shop fabrication you can count on. Call them at 599-2000 to see how they can help. And finally, the Liberty Center Athletic Boosters. The video you're seeing and the video that we're able to do at our home facilities, including on the road here, made possible by the Liberty Center Boosters and the Liberty Center Athletic Department. They're committed to enriching athletic programs and enhancing the athletic experience of all Liberty Center athletes. So, guys, all Liberty Center in the first half. Jigs, I think some of the stats you got will tell the difference.
Yeah, 21-0 here at the half. Pretty dominant performance there by Liberty Center, both offensively and defensively. We'll dive into some stats here. Otsego, offensively, 25 rushes for 81 yards. Their top rusher, number 34, Christopher Kazmaier, 7 carries for 34 yards. He was working a few of those reverse traps on the inside there, Spike. Pretty effective for him. He is the leading rusher with 34 yards. 25 rushes, 81 yards total offense for Otsego in that first half. Liberty Center.
Quick question.
Yes.
What did they have passing yardage? What was their passing?
I don't think they completed a pass.
Okay.
I don't believe that they completed a pass.
Okay, I want to make sure of that.
Liberty Center offensively, 14 rushes for 147 yards. Grady Miller, 2 rushes, 9. Thomas Muller, 4 rushes for 24 yards. Jackson Bartels, a carry for 21 yards. Waylon Rentz, 4 carries for 86. Garrison Cruz.
Another carry for 54.
Yeah,
that
was negated.
Didn't matter.
That's right. That thing would have been well over 100 there. Garrison Cruz, 2 for 7 yards. Receiving, we got Jackson Bartels with a catch for 13 yards. Thomas Muller, a catch for 17 yards. And Garrison Cruz, a catch for 17 yards as well.
So we were officially 3-4 passing.
I'm not sure what it was. It was 3 for 5, maybe.
Well, let me Otsego was 0 for 4 passing, so they
Okay.
did attempt
Okay.
4. Liberty Center, I got it right here. Let me pull it up. They were passing. I'm getting there, I promise.
My guess is 3
They
for 5.
were 4 of 7 for 47 yards.
Okay. I might have missed one in there. But anyways, defensively for Liberty Center, Waylon Rentz, leading tackler in that first half with 3 solos, couple of them some big time hits. Waylon Rentz roaming the middle of the field there for Liberty Center defense. Garrison Cruz, 5 tackles. Stephen Brogan, 4 tackles. Cam Colley with 4 tackles, and Blake Garber with 4 tackles. So, Spike, we talked about the linebackers having to show up big and play big tonight. Well, guess what? Your 3 linebackers are the leaders in their tackles tonight, with Waylon with 9, Garrison with 5, Stephen Brogan with 4. They are playing lights out for the linebacker crew.
Yeah, and to comment especially on these 3 guys, they have been consistently right in that area all right along in this 3rd game now. We've seen it 2 games before. It continues to happen. These guys are consistent players for Liberty Center with their contributions. I noted Liberty Center averaging about 10 yards a carry, even with that 55-yard run wiped out. Otsego averaging 3 yards. Now, the fact that they were able to average 3 yards a carry when the other 2 games, practically no yards rushing. Otsego's got a good attack, but this now in the 3rd game, I kind of alluded to it late in the first half, but I think this Liberty Center Tiger team is the real deal. This bunch defensively is just a weapon.
Yeah.
And offensively, they've got so many buttons that they have yet to push. They can get nothing but better on offense. Tenora has to be a little better than maybe what we thought after the first game. After all, they did. They gave a decent Otsego team a good game, and they're leading at halftime over Archibald. So I think we're seeing, and Napoleon winning
14-3 over Archibald. Tenora is right now.
Yeah. See that? Archibald is still Archibald. I don't care who's where and who's playing and who's not. But this is a great program, and Tenora coming back. And so I think rather than we try to look at our opponents saying, well, they're not that good there, they're not that good there, maybe they aren't that good because they're playing Liberty Center.
Yeah. Well, and it's been dominant the last 3 weeks here, and we saw it again in the first half. And, the defensive line starts there, and they're 6 to 8 deep a lot of times, so they just continue to rotate in the linebacker crew. We've already talked about them at length. And then you got Max Walker coming in off the bench as well, Lana Zach and Baxter Barrett, to rotate with that crew as well. And then the back end. We have 2 of the better corners that we've had in a long time here, in Cam Colley and Grady Miller. Snipers playing good ball, good sound ball with Blake Garber and Jackson Bartels amongst, a few other rotators. So it's the depth, and it's just the high end that we have at every single position on defense.
And first, I want to say Casey. Of course, it's not Casey, but Thomas Moeller back there. He's the field general. He barks out the orders. He's directing traffic, and he's the guy that runs the ship. He's the one that steers it on that defense out there. Does a terrific job of keeping everything in order.
Yeah, and then just get the Liberty Center's offense a little bit there, Spike. We just continue to see the dominance of the offensive line, pounding on teams, creating big holes, and we got a stable running backs that can get loose at any time for big plays. And I think we're just scratching the surface of the pass game with Kreinbrink and Grady Miller. I think it's very capable.
Great,
very capable. We haven't really had to use it that much yet. We've seen a little bit of what they can do, but very explosive offense, and they have weapons that have not even been really untapped yet. So
You know, and I'm looking at our kickoff team. I know Barrett's been banged up a little bit. Zider has been banged up. He was doubtful,
Yep.
but he got some reps in there on defense, and we're seeing people that are playing through. It's one thing to play hurt. If you're injured, you got to get out of there.
Yeah.
But this is a hungry Liberty Center Tiger football team.
Yep.
Those gentlemen want on the field.
Well, and Xander Zider, I mean, you have to remember the impact that he made last year and that he was set to make so far this year. He's been banged up last week, didn't play much, you know, because he's sick. Looks like he's hobbled a little bit here tonight. So you get that guy back healthy on that D-line and as a tight end blocker, and that is a difference maker as well that we really have not gotten seen yet.
Yeah. And people step up. Kyler Kern has emerged as a good football player.
Deegan Schweiger.
Yeah, Schweiger. Oh, yeah. He's definitely a man. For Liberty Center, number 28, Isaac Orth, his stock rising too. I see he's on the inside on the return
Tyler
team.
Roars as well has been making a lot of splash plays in the kickoff.
All right, line drive kick. That's going to be caught down there at the 8-yard line. Return, heading up the middle. That's
Big
Cam
seam.
Colley. Got a seam. Pursued one. Slipped past another one. Still driving. Pounding.
Nice run,
Breaks
JT.
away. And the last man at
There
the
you go.
50-yard line brings him down on an ankle tackle.
Oh, that was Cam Colley.
Cam Colley. I might have said that wrong. For all I know, I reacted. But Colley back there at the 8 returned at 42 yards to the midfield, 44 yards, and Liberty Center will set up on the 48 of the Otsego Knights.
That guy is explosive. We've seen it with his interceptions and return game last year, and he was a little banged up last week. Didn't get many of the kickoffs or punt returns, but, man, Cam can break one open quickly, and he just about broke one there.
Yep.
Great return, Cam Colley, and some great blocking as well.
Inside part of that forward wall really set that up good. All right, Tigers now have motion going. They're going to give it, and never had his balance was Garrison Cruz coming off in motion. So a loss of a couple on the play. Tigers second down and 11 to go.
Yeah, there's that Chris Kazmaier again, Spike, number 34. We've seen him very active offensively and defensively tonight, making a lot of plays. Pretty nice run stop there by Kazmaier for a loss on Garrison Cruz. Doesn't happen very often.
Okay, when we get a break in the action, I do want to cover one other point here. Cam Colley spread out wide over here. And rolling this way is Miller on a keeper. Cuts it up inside. A great block. Walker, I think, helps bring him. And a pickup of about 8 yards on the play for Grady Miller on a good old 19 power.
Yeah, you got to love that play, Spike. You get your two backs out front leading the way, and then a big body and Grady coming downhill. That's a tough guy to stop. So I like that play. We haven't seen it a whole lot, but I think it can be very effective for this offense moving forward.
All right, Miller now lines up under center, wing left set. Wide out over here. Give to the second back. Moeller around the outside, cuts it up. Follows that left hand or that left side of the offensive line. He'll pound it down inside the 35. Gain of 7. It's another Liberty Center Tiger first down. The machine really whirling and gurling now in work in progress.
Yeah, I saw Max Walker leading that one up in the hole and on a pulling guard. Great block there by Max. I think he had Weimer and not sure who else there on the left side.
Yep, they're running off of Weimer's side. All right, pitch deep, running off the right. Breaks on a tackle. Straight run right over that. Breaks another with a straight arm. Still pounding. 2 tacklers. Finally grab Rentz down inside the 15-yard line. That'll be a gain of 18 yards and another Liberty Center Tiger first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, he becomes more and more fun to watch every single game. Waylon Rentz, just the way he can break tackles, accelerate to get to that second level, and it takes 3, 4, 5 people to bring him down. What a strong run there, Waylon Rentz.
All right. Miller under center with the wing left set. They're going to give to the second back. Moeller makes a cut, drives forward, pounds inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 5 on the play. So Liberty Center relentlessly powering and pushing. I want to point out one thing really quick. The Tigers offense wants to speed things up. They are not no longer jogging as they run plays in. They're sprinting. They are coming to the line of scrimmage fast. They want to keep the momentum. All right, power sweep to Cruz. Cruz now kicks
Got
it
it
outside. Waits
Oh,
for
they're
a
gonna
block,
get
and there's another
hold.
stinking rotten yellow flag in the backfield. I believe that was a Cruz touchdown from 6 yards out, but it'll be coming back. Anyway, the coaches looked at the film and realized we're going in slow motion, and that's not promoting power and speed and relentlessness on offense. Now they're bringing the plays in quick. They're getting the signal out. They're getting to the line of scrimmage quick. They want to speed it up. They want to be a juggernaut. All right.
Move us back 10 there, Spike, on that hold.
All right. Second and 15. Ball back at the 17-yard line. Give straight ahead. That's Rentz. Dicks and dives and boops and jukes and peeks his way forward inside the 5.
Straight dive there. It looked like Spike. Straight dive to Waylon Rentz. Was able to hurdle that first tackle. Another big run there by Waylon.
Yep, give him about 8 on the play, so we're looking at 3rd and 6.
He looks like a Clydesdale sometimes. He's got that little gallop. When he puts that stiff arm down, man, that guy can gallop. He gets them feet high like he's hurdling somebody and just keeps on going.
I love that. And you're right. He has every facet of a great running back. Yep. He has power, speed. He can leap. He can juggle. He can straight arm. The guy brings it. All right, single setback with Rentz. Straight drop. Now Miller has to roll left. Haas in trouble, and he'll be brought down. Finally, Otsego's pursuit caught up with him, and Miller lost a couple on the play. Ball would be placed at around the 10-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down and perhaps a field goal attempt here.
Almost looked like they had a fade dialed up there to the split receiver. But it kind of broke down. Grady just tried to find some positive yards.
All right.
Field goal.
Let's see. Kreinbrink, the holder.
Number 4 is the center.
Fitzenreiter, the center. Good snap, good hold. Kick, line drive on the way. Waiting for the signal. It's good! Ian Rosebrock drives one through from 20 yards out. It'll be a 3-point field goal, of course. And now Liberty Center has upped their lead to 24-0 over Otsego.
What is the running clock? Remind me.
30, I believe.
Okay, so 30 points in the second half is the running clock.
Yep, 30 in the second half. So, hey, a couple of scoring updates. Grove 28, PH 7. Just heard the Grove starting quarterback is out. So that'll make the rest of the game interesting for those guys.
Yeah, that's tough. They were kind of dominating their way in the first couple weeks there. That Grove team must be pretty tough there to be putting one on Patrick Henry.
Yeah, they were picked very highly. A lot of the experts.
Is Grove 6 or 7?
7.
They're 7, okay. And Patrick Henry's 7 as well, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think they might have moved up to 6.
Did they? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Don't
could be a playoff matchup potentially down the road.
They're probably the smallest 6 in the state.
Yeah,
I don't know. All right, kickoff. That's going to sail, hit at just in front of the 10-yard line, return up that right side, finds a seam, and the Tigers finally catch up, but a return up to the 30-yard line for the Knights.
I said that, and I'm sure if I'm wrong, there'll be 35 people texting me here in a minute. So I better grab my phone because I'm going to get text messages.
Got Blake Garber on the tackle there. Baxter Barrett coming off, hobbling a little bit. Hopefully it's just a quick little ankle turn that he'll be able to come back from.
Yeah, he didn't practice much this
really? A little
this
banged
week
up.
At all.
Okay.
Yeah, but all these guys that are banged up are seeing some action here and there. All right, give right up the middle.
Nothing doing.
And that is going to be virtually no gain at all. Stop right back at the 30.
I think.
Waylon Rentz in there. I'm trying to think who.
I think 75.
Hunter Spangler. Hunter's been playing a big game tonight, and he's been a lot of solo tackles.
Do I hear some
from the
campaigning going on for the big dog?
He's had a really nice game inside. He really has. making a lot of solos tonight from that inside position.
All right, they come out. Wing motion this way. They're going to roll out. Quarterback in trouble. Just kind of flips it away, and they can meet. No, they're going to call it an incomplete
he shuttled
pass.
past it.
Brogan sniffed that one out. Had it recovered.
Oh, my. That was something. I'm not sure. That quarterback wanted no peace. He turned around, Cifuentes on his face, and he turned back the other way. He had Gary in his face. He said, no thanks. Let me just try to throw this on the ground.
Yeah, the diesel had that engine.
They're checking for an eligible receiver.
Well, that too. I mean, I'm not sure what that was.
That was a shuttle pass.
Yeah.
But the referees conferring over whether there was a receiver in the area, and the side judge said yes.
He didn't want none of that action.
3rd and 10. They're going to give it on power this way. Finds a seam, breaks one, and slips his way for 12 yards. That, I believe.
Okay. They threw the beanbag.
We got Liberty Center.
Oh, wait a minute.
They threw the beanbag. He fumbled it.
I did not see the fumble.
Yeah, that was looked like Thomas Muller, Blake Garber on the tackle there to jar that thing loose. Not sure who came up with it.
I think it was Cruz. I think.
Okay, Gary might have jumped on it.
That's
a big takeaway. That's been a focus.
Another drill.
Yeah.
And Eric Weimer was spearheading it in practice. He said, we just don't slap at the ball. You get the palm of your hand in there on the point of the football, and you yank it. You just don't slap
Rip
at
that
it.
baby
you
out
yank
of there.
that ball out of
That's
there.
right.
We saw it on that play. All right, 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 40. Dropping back, play action. Here's Kreinbrick rolling out. Now has to turn it up. Sticks his head down, and
Kreinbrick's a big boy.
Yes, he is. Powered forward, got inside the 35 to the 33. Pickup of, we'll give him a good 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, good
7 yards on the play.
Good decision there. That play kind of broke down early. There was a blitzer that kind of got in there and threw his timing off. Put your head down, get some positive yards. He laid the lick at the end. Good play there by Kreinbrink.
All right, 2nd and 3. We've got Colley spread out wide over here. Cruz the wing back in motion. He'll take the handoff. Looks to make a cut up inside. Now kicks it back outside. He's got nobody there now. One last guy. No way about that one. 33 yards. A beautiful real estate following his block. Kicking it outside. Katie barred the door. Hands down. That's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown.
He just doesn't need much room, Spike. You get him a little bit of a seam. He had the cutback there. Cut back inside, back outside, and he's gone. He can get the full speed quickly. Garrison Cruz, he is a game breaker. And we saw one there, another big run, big touchdown by Garrison Cruz.
Fitzenreiter, low snap. No, we're going to pull it out. Here comes Kreinbrink looking upfield now. Cuts it back, reverses field, throws over the middle. And I believe it's going to be picked off or knocked down. Regardless, play was not complete. And so Liberty Center foiled on the PAT attempt, but at the 5:18 mark, the Tigers now go up by that magic 30-0 score.
We're going to see that play again here, Spike. Replay on Garrison's big run. Good block at the point of attack. Cut back inside. Nobody's going to catch him. That guy's got some sprinter and straightaway speed.
Will now be on a running clock here.
Yeah, and one thing I noted, the running backs, they're going to keep that. I mean, Cruz has been mostly at wing, but they're going to try to shuffle that around. Moeller might be at a wing sometimes.
Yep.
Sometimes it might be the other way around, and they're just going to keep sifting through that. Rentz might be a mainstay back there.
Yeah, he's hard to take away from that fullback position for sure, the way he's running the football. But you're right, moving these guys around in multiple positions, in case somebody gets banged up, it's not a foreign position where you have to learn. You already know it. You know what you're supposed to be doing. That's good depth.
All right, Walker with a short approach, gets good foot swing into it, drives it down to the 7-yard line. Return off the right side, now cuts it up. They are yanking at him and pounding at him, and they bring him down just across the 20-yard line. Another good job by the Liberty special teams.
Yeah, I think Mason Smith and Deegan Schweigert on that hit, and then had 2 or 3 other Tigers jumping on the pile.
Yeah,
good pursuit that time.
And while they're making some some changes in there. This is realistically the starting unit, but of course, remember, it's not just 11 on the starting unit. There may be 17, 18 guys that are getting shuffled in regularly, but Tigers' first unit out there. Look, twist around the right side, good power forward, and a dive ahead for about 7 on the play by Otsego. This is not a terrible team.
No.
Otsego is not bad.
No, I think they're going to have some success in this league running the football because they bring a different brand that a lot of teams are going away from. And, yeah, Spike, I agree. I think they're going to win a lot of ball games, and they got some talent on this team.
All right, so the Tigers make some changes. Some new faces. Pitch
Oh,
sweep.
Lonazak. And
That was
Cifuentes.
Lonazak, 18?
Yes. Oh, my.
Wow.
Man, oh, man. Those are two young players that just keep
The
getting
diesel.
better. They just keep getting better. Lonazak continues to make plays, and you're starting to see some confidence. When you get some of these sophomores and juniors that have not gotten a lot of time, they start getting more and more, and they start making splash plays like that.
Wow.
Great play by both of them, too.
Lonazak forcing his way into that starting rotation. Now motion coming this way. Give to the second back. Kicks it outside. Running room now uses his blocker. Heads it up the sideline across the 50. Caught from behind and brought down by Lonazak. Ooh, man.
Yeah, there's Lonazak again, just running that play down from behind. Good effort. That's another thing that the coaches watch for. Effort. He made a lot of ground up to make that tackle after a couple missed tackles there by
the Otsego offensive line got good push and sealed that one off well. And now they're in at the Tiger 40-yard line. Running clock, 2:40 here. Give off the right side.
Garrison
Great penetration
Cruz.
there. Was that Cruz?
Yes, it was. You know,
Wow.
his ability, if you watch that play again at home, play that thing back, he dove inside the guard there. Once again, beat the guard to the spot. Guard's not able to get a shoulder on you. Kind of slid in there and was able to grab a leg and make that tackle. That's big time.
Is that legal to make things happen like that?
That's a big-time play. Here's Cruz.
All right, so Otsego comes out, wide out to this side, wing to this side. Quarterback.
Fumble.
And, ball loose on the
I think
deck.
we got it again.
Kern signaling that we've got it, and it's a fumble, and Liberty Center does come up with it. Who got the fumble? Max Walker, man about town. Max is not the biggest. He is not the fastest. He is not the best. But that guy is everywhere.
Yeah.
He makes plays.
He does. How often, Spike, do you see a guard on the football team be a shooter on the basketball team?
Yeah, really.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
It's the same description. He is not anything on the basketball team.
Yeah,
but
that's
he's
true.
a player.
That's true, but yeah, he is. He makes a lot of plays.
All right, single setback, double wing package, now in motion, Lonazak. They're going to give it on that power.
Right on his hip
or
there.
on that dive play, straight ahead, pickup of about 4 on the play.
Good job by Gary there to hang on to that thing. Looks like that exchange kind of got on his hip.
Yeah.
He was able to hang on to that.
Yep, had it pinned right to his the side of his leg. All right, Garber brings in a play. He'll spread out wide to this side. Tigers with wing set to the far side. Under center, give to the first back. Breaks one tackle into the open. Rentz kicks it outside. Around the corner. It's a foot race now. Rentz turns on the Jets and finally caught down there at the 10-yard line. A 50-yard run for Waylon Rentz.
Man, oh man, I thought he was going to set him up, let him kind of catch up so he could use that stiff arm again. He just tried to beat him to the corner. Barely got a shoestring there, Waylon Rentz.
Wow.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. I'll tell you what, another big run, though. He was met at the line of the scrimmage, was able to get low, buck that tackle off, little gallop again. He's back to full speed. Another big run, Waylon Rentz.
All right, Rentz to the right, Cruz over on the left, under center. Here's a quarterback keeper, faked a handoff and a straight quarterback power right up the middle.
Kleinbrink's had a couple good runs tonight.
Kleinbrink showing some grit. Now that's the end of the third period. Liberty Center leads at 30-0, and they're knocking on the door once again.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them.
Yeah, Spike, I tell you what, kind of ended that quarter there. Another big drive here by Liberty Center. The run game taking its toll, offensive line wearing on these guys, and this stable running backs that we have so far are pretty impressive. You know, Waylon Rentz, he just continues to run the ball with authority, with domination, and nastiness. You know, we saw with Trenton and Colton with the last couple years where their confidence just continued to grow from their sophomore to the junior to the senior year. By their senior year, they just dominated the football field. We're seeing the same thing with Waylon Rentz. This is a senior that is bigger, faster, stronger, and he is dominating football games.
All right, single setback, man in motion. They're going to give it straight ahead. And that Jack Bartels.
Pretty nice tackle there by that Otsego defender, knife in there.
From that backside came through, and the Tigers looking to pop that thing into the end zone. All right, third down now and 5. Of course, the clock running.
See if we go to the air here with Crane Brink. Let him
Cam
have a little
Kai
option.
Brings it into the lineup, and he'll spread out wide over here. Lana Zach in the slot on that side with a wing right set also. Here is the give. Up inside, still driving and pounding, twisting, grinding, and comes up down to the 1.
Wow.
Well, we couldn't see it. And
I didn't even see who got the ball. I thought Garrison Cruz had the
I
ball.
lost who had the ball.
Not sure what happened there.
Well, there was a long scrum, so I imagine there was some battling and gouging and ripping and reaching, and it took a while to make that happen. So Otsego makes their own defensive play, and hey, fine. This is a challenge for Liberty now. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a big pile that was getting pushed there, and not sure exactly what happened or who that was.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get a safety here, Spike.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line. They're going to try to just pound it straight ahead. Maybe no gain on the play. Oh, boy, the Tiger defense continues to be tough. Otsego had a little bit of success on that, their last possession. Broke a couple of runs, but still shut out on the board. Liberty's defense continues to roll. All right, 2nd and 10 on their own 1-yard line. Otsego with a tight formation, quarterback under center with a twin setback. Give on a dive and pops it out, still going, and gets out across the 5-yard line. That gives Otsego a little bit of room, maybe 3rd down.
Big hit
and
there.
About 4 to go.
Coming back across the grain. I'm not sure who that was. Tyler Roars or Sonnenberg maybe. Big hit, and was able to kind of slam him down. Bring up a 3rd and 5.
Number 11 into the game as a DB. Caden Sonnenberg back there is safety.
Mason Smith, I believe, as well, at a sniper.
Yeah. All right. Give on a sweep around the far side, looking for running room, and the Tigers pursue that.
Yeah, I think we got a hold there, Spike. Good call there, Mark. Boy, that's gonna back them up here. Yeah. Might decline that. What did they didn't get the first, did they?
No, I believe they got just across the 10.
They did. Okay.
I think they were a half a yard short, maybe.
Okay.
But on the other hand, field position may make Liberty decide to accept the penalty and push them back.
Spangler and Rentz, Deegan Schweigert coming off. Might start seeing some more more players getting rotated in.
Roars 26 at safety
Yeah, Roar's a good hard-nosed kid.
Tyler Roars, yeah.
All right, 3rd and 9 now for the Knights. Give just a quick hitter up the middle, maybe a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down. With the running clock, Otsego now will be forced to get rid of the football.
We got JT Okru, who's shown some nice things, returning kicks and punts, and Cam Colley back. Look out. These guys can break one open, and I know Cam's been itching to take one to the house. He almost did a little bit earlier on the kickoff there. So,
all right, they're standing, Colley and Okru at the 40-yard line. Here's the punt. Short spiral. That's going to take one hop. Grabbed there by Colley. And he brings it forward. Tigers will get the ball in Otsego territory at the 32-yard line.
Hey, while we got to change the possession, let's do some scoring updates. Eastwood 35, Wauseon 0. Ottawa Hills 43, Swanton 0. Delta over Lake at halftime 17-7. Tenora in the third quarter 14, Archbold 3. Columbus Grove in the fourth quarter, 21. The Patrick Henry Patriots, 7.
okay, so Peach on the board there.
Yep.
All right, so we're seeing Mason Smith as a wideout over here. Good hands. Mason can catch the ball. Now handoff, kicks it out there, and nothing doing. Staying on his feet, number 21, Ted Wyrembeck. But that time, Otsego swarmed to the ball, and it'll be a yard loss.
Max Perry at quarterback?
Yep.
Yep.
Max Perry in there.
Perry's been battling some physical ailments, but managed to get in the game last weekend for the JV. All right, he'll come up under center. Tigers in a wing package to the left. Give on a pitch, going back, cutting it outside, running room there. Now makes another move, still going, pounding his way forward and all the way down. Ty Jackson with an impressive move. Good seal block by the Tigers to spring that open.
Ty showing some quickness there, Spike, on that cutback.
Yeah, gain of about 9 on the play. That'll make it 3rd down, and we'll call it 2 yards to go. The ball on the 22 of Otsego. Clock just under 6 minutes. Perry under center, wing right. Give to the first back, pounding through, straight ahead.
Tyler
still on his
Roars.
feet, still grinding and pounding.
Big
Wow! What a powerhouse! What a grinder! Taking a page out of the Diesel scorebook.
Or no, that was Tyler Roars, I believe, 26.
Was that?
Yeah,
that was
26,
Roars,
Tyler
yeah.
Roars.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler's been making some plays in the kickoffs here the last couple weeks, starting to show up. And
he's been a good player for Liberty
he
for
has.
all
Not
of
the biggest
last year.
stature, but he'll stick his nose in there, and he's
been a
tough.
solid. All right, Perry brings him out. Wing right set, wide out to the far left side. Give straight ahead, still on going, pounding down number 21. That's Wyrembeck. And he'll get down inside the 5 where Liberty will have a second and I assume goal. Yes. The ball at the 4. Number 72, Gabe Clapp, is a tackle on the right. Give.
Ooh.
Wow. Hit, popped, and stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Big hit there
I have
by
to make
21.
a comment on that. He got up and flexed. Dude, you're down 30 to nothing
Yeah.
with a running clock.
Yeah,
you should
that-
not be
that-
flexing when you make a tackle.
Good play or not, probably should get back and line it back
no.
up. Nice hit there by 21, but yeah, probably could have done without the old flex.
Sonnenberg in the game along with number 21, Wyrembeck.
Toby Parasini at a tight end as well, number 81.
All right, double wing package, single setback. Now motion.
Fumble.
Ball. Was that fumbled?
Looks like it did fumble it. Yep, Otsego
And
jumped on it.
Another turnover. Well, perhaps with 4 minutes left in the game, academic, but still things need to be Yeah, they'll be cleaned up. They'll be worked on. This is only the third game of the year, and that's why we play a 10-game season to work through the kinks.
You wonder, too, Spike, sometimes in your quarterback, you're coming in new and you're going from a center that you've not taken snaps from. That can be a change. I've had, in my career, troubles with snaps.
Louis
Might have
Collins.
seen that there. All right, Lewis.
Yep, number 67 sprints his way onto the field. And they fumbled the football.
Boy.
I think they recovered, but bad exchange there. And, go through that point again, Jiggs. I kind of cut you off.
Yeah. If you're a new quarterback coming in, I'm not sure if Max Perry's used to that center there or some of those. It is his center.
Yeah.
Okay, but that can take some time to get used to. That's why you see centers, pre-snapping before the game at halftime, because that is a rhythm thing that if you get off a little bit, it can be tricky.
Sure. That definitely, and that's one of those things you take for granted. And then when it doesn't work, it's very glaring. So you never, as a centers take pride in the fact that they don't make mistakes that all year. All right, Otsego, 2nd and 10. They'll give it off the left side, trying to kick it back out. Now cuts across the grain. They've got a lot of running room now. This is going to be a foot race out at the 40. Oh, my, I don't think they're going to catch him.
Look at Tyler Roars.
Ow. Almost. Wow, it's going to be a 97-yard change of their direction, cut across the grain, slip through an arm tackle, and an Otsego touchdown. Wow, 97 yards. There's a stat pattern.
Yeah, I think the Otsego still with their ones in there on that time, and found a little seam, and he took it to the house. Tyler Ward's great effort. Almost made that play. Couldn't quite get there.
All right, now they're set to kick the PAT. The offensive line shifts over. And Otsego, of course, behind by a slew of points, worried about execution. So, of course, they're going to take the single point and leaving that for future reps in the upcoming season. So, 2:14 to go. Otsego on the board, like I believe you mentioned, with their ones in there. It's 30-7, Liberty on top.
Hey, once again, join us next week. We're Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Next week, a lot of games, volleyball, boys soccer. I believe we got junior high football in there. We've got, of course, the Archibald Blue Streaks will come to town. And that could be interesting, Spike, because Archibald's down 14-3 late in the game against the Tenora Rams. And, boy, if they come to Liberty off a loss, they could be hungry.
Yeah, they'll be ouchy.
The Blue Streaks scored 14-9.
Okay.
Just scored.
Ooh.
So, well, Archibald came back late in the game last week to beat Oak Harbor.
No, I think they got beat by St. Henry.
St. Henry, the first week.
Got drilled,
Yep. Yeah, there's 10 minutes left in the Archibald-Sonora game.
All right, so the Knights will be kicking off.
JT's going to have a chance.
Yep, taking it to 10, looks for a seam straight ahead. Flights through one, now kicks it to the outside.
Get up, JT.
Across the 40. Now she's a foot race again. Look at him go!
Heck of a return there.
He got 20 more yards with that last burst of speed. Outrunning the man, he finally ran out of real estate, or they never would have touched
Well,
it.
that number 7 for the Knights is a fast kid. He's the one that tracked Waylon Wentz down on that long run.
That's right. JT, I tell you, the more he gets on the field, you kind of continue to like what you see from him. He's got very quick lateral movements. He can get in and out of his breaks and his cuts very quickly and turn it up and get the full speed. Great return there by JT.
Wow. All right, you got to love it. Now Perry comes out. We've got a wing right set. And
well, Otsego bailed Liberty out. They only had 10 players on the field.
Okay. Yeah, well, they might have been missing a back there, or maybe a tight end.
A back.
That time, okay.
Okay, 2:03 left, 30-7.
Hey, once again, if you are out there watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button, man. We're getting close. We're hitting some benchmarks. Our YouTube channel's blowing up. We appreciate that. If you're on there, man, hit the subscribe button. That's going to help us out in the long run. So Boom Boom's constantly monitoring that. How many views?
We
got like 12,700.
Okay. What's the next threshold?
I don't know.
1,500.
I have no idea what
2,000.
the numbers are. Boom Boom. When I spit numbers out, I lie with statistics all day long.
All right, so now after the timeout, Tigers come out with a wing right set. Smith over here, wide out. Here's a give on a dive straight ahead, breaks through one tackle, not on another. Still on his feet, running around, heading
Tyler
for the
Roars.
corner, and all the way down to the 2-yard line. Woo, baby!
Nice
38 yards.
Nice run there. Tyler Roars finding some daylight, breaking the tackle, and just galloping, trying to find the end zone, man. He was close. He was sniffing it.
Diamond Dan
Couldn't quite
Kessler's,
get in there.
Diamond Dan Kessler's going to call the coaching staff here. They keep running to the corners where we're restricted with the camera here from the press box.
Apologies there.
At Otsego,
Folks
but
at home.
hey, shout out to them. Thank you. The great facility here.
Yep.
All right, first and goal on the 4. Double wing. They're going to run a wing reverse, coming around the corner, turning it up into the end zone. It's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown. Braxton Light. Woo! Tigers ran that double wing set, came from the right side, took the pitch. Liberty Center's blocking, sealed it out again, and the Tigers on the board. They come right back, making it 36-7.
It's a pretty good drive there by your sophomores and juniors, your second and potentially third teams.
All right. Snap, grabbed, set down, hold by Crimebrink, kicked by,
Good-looking drive.
yep, up and good by Rosebach. 37-7. The Tigers sitting in that proverbial catbird seat once again with a 30-point lead.
And we will be at home next Friday with the Archibald Blue Streaks.
That's always a game that I enjoy when
Yep.
the Archibald Blue Streaks
Yep.
come to town.
That one got a little rough last year. Got very physical and some
don't get me
things,
started.
some things that may have been said, and
Shout out to Channel 11.
some
That's all I'm
things.
going to say.
You know, you take that play, it was still going.
yeah.
And there was no flag thrown
Yeah.
on the play.
Yeah,
And
it
the
was-
official had a
yeah.
pure view of it.
It was unfortunate that the kid that was hit, I think, was injured. I think that obviously made it worse. But, yes, it was between the whistles, maybe a little bit on the edge. But,
Yep. And that's
anyways.
all the press that they're going to get.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
But let
In
me
the
tell you,
pit.
Liberty
the
Center is going to be
black
ready.
hole.
They're going to be ready to go next week.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to be ready to go for a little bit of a.
The flag has a tear in it, by the way, and that is supposed to be fixed this week.
Okay.
And Kip Kern Field will
That's-
be shining bright.
That's a beautiful flag too.
All right. Set to kick off. Rosebrook sends a high end-over-end kick. That comes down at the 10-yard line. Cuts to the right. Looks for that seam up the middle.
Oh, yeah.
But he's going to be slowed down and gang tackled there around the 20-yard
man.
line. Once
60.
again.
Kyler Kern, 69, with a big hit there.
Yeah.
Nice play.
Yeah. Does a solid job for the Tigers.
Yep. That's a nice hit there.
All right. Foster now, number 20. He'll get some action.
And I
Ty
think
Jackson in there, I think. Number 35.
Otsego with their starting quarterback still in there, which I'm not.
Brody
Oh,
Jakeway,
well.
Will Fitzenreiter.
Yeah, they've got to look
Oh,
to the
no,
future.
they switched out.
Numbers.
I was just worried about injury, not about anything else. At this
Yeah.
point, you don't want your starting quarterback in there.
Number 70, another Backelman. Sawyer Backelman in there.
Yeah.
Freshman.
Yeah.
I think that's Landon's
Six-
brother, right?
six-
We'll hear
Okay.
from more from him later. All right, give off that left side. Negligible yardage. Tigers close fast. And I would assume that,
So, do you have the stats on Sawyer Backelman? 6'4", 260,
Yeah, he's a big boy.
freshman.
Yeah. That's a big fella out there.
I think
If he's got
we'll
any edge
see
like his
him-
brother.
Yeah,
His
I
brother
think
had a little mean streak to him, just
we'll
a little
see
bit.
him as one of those bookend
And they're gonna let it
tackles
run
next
out.
year.
Yeah.
All right, so the clock running out. Liberty Center tonight pretty methodical, had some good field position, but I tell you, that offense grinding and whining and whining, and that
You're
engine purring all along. So the Tigers, as the clock runs down to all zeros, they put up an impressive win again, 37-7, the only score coming for Otsego, a 97-yard burst in the last minute of the game.
All right, we're going to take a short break here to hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to come back with the KK Collision post-game show and the Big Dog Award. Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them. Jigs is getting some stats together, but, Liberty Center, what, the third, maybe the second game in this year that we've scored on the opening play. Not the opening drive, the opening play. That was against Tenora, and then Waylon Wentz on the long run here tonight in the Castle, the home of the Knights.
The Castle.
I don't know if they call it that. I call it that.
As a matter of fact,
they do?
Yep, I saw that sign.
At the Castle.
Yeah.
So, but, I think one of the things you see from Liberty Center, again, the platooning of people in and out of the game. That's only going to pay dividends as the year goes through. And, you made a comment, I want to go back to it, Spike, is that you talk about a starting lineup of 11. And you made a great point. Liberty's probably realistically has a starting unit of 18 on both sides of the ball.
Yes. Totally
You talk
agree.
about the stable of running backs that we have, but I'm more of a in the trenches. You talk about the stable of linemen we have, Spike, and you're talking about some nasty, down and dirty players there. I mean, there's a lot of players that want time, and they're going to play their heart outs, and they're going to play the nastiest, meanest, time that they can get in the game to petition for their spot.
Yeah, and I think the battle cry around Liberty Center, because injuries are always going to happen, the battle cry used to be next man up. I don't think that applies anymore. There is no one next man stepping up. It is a conglomerate.
Right.
It's a corporation of many, many starting players.
Well, and I think they have that next man up mentality, but it's, hey, I'm dinged up, you go in there. You're not the next man up. You're just it's your turn.
Yeah, the rotation just moves. It rotates. And so, there is the next man up, I don't think quite applies the same way as it would normally. So a very deep, a very talented team. And once again, the defense is phenomenal. Against Napoleon, it was a broken coverage, 85-yard touchdown pass.
One play. Otsego, one play.
97 yards when they had their ones in there in the final minute of the game. And not to make excuses.
No.
But Liberty Center is just solid. This is as good a defense that you'll see played in the state.
You talk about taking 2 plays out of the season. 2.
Yeah.
And it's shutout.
Yeah.
So, all right. Boom, boom, you ready to roll? All right, it's time for the KK Collision post-game show. KK Collision, the leader in automotive repair industry. Many people that they've serviced in the area, and the leader in the automotive technology for repairs. And let's go to, before we go to the campaign train for the Big Dog, Kent Michaels Peace Award, Jigs, what do we got?
Yeah, we'll talk about Liberty Center offensively first, and it kind of just highlights the dominant performance on the ground that we saw tonight. Liberty Center rushing 37 rushes for 369 yards.
Wow. 10 yards a carry.
We'll hit on the top 4 leading rushers. Thomas Muller, 6 for 38. Tyler Rohrs, 2 for 52. Garrison Cruz, 6 for 43. Waylon Rentz, 7 for 166. Tackles for Liberty Center. Actually, we'll go to Otsego's offense. They had 223 yards of offense with a 97-yard touchdown run. If you take that away, you're looking at 123 yards of offense, basically,
Total.
minus that big play from Otsego on that big run late in the game. Defensively for Liberty Center, Blake Garber with 6 tackles, Kyler Kern with 5 tackles, Garrison Cruz with 7 tackles, Cam Colley with 7 tackles, and Waylon Rentz with 10 tackles tonight. So a host of other Tigers with carries and tackles tonight. Got a lot of players in there. Obviously, don't have time to highlight all of them, but I would say a very dominant performance for Liberty Center, and both offensively and defensively, and just another step on the way to their ultimate goal.
Yeah, and I think, we talked a lot about, Spike and I were talking a little bit while you were getting stats about the platooning. How many times did you see 5 and 6 subs go in? One of the things I noticed tonight, and I don't know if we've been doing it all year, I just noticed it, is like the punt team. All new guys went in.
Yeah.
Nobody carried over.
Yep.
Do we have somebody being asked to homecoming out there? That's a kind of a cool thing.
Okay.
Got to get this, Diamond Dan, if you somebody's going to homecoming.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, and I think you're right.
Yeah, but going back to my point, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Well, I got distracted by love. But the platooning and how we, hey, we had kickoff team.
Yep.
11 guys went in. 10 because we had the same kicker, but we even switched kickers.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you got 5, 6 guys going in on standard defensive plays and whatever. So Liberty's ability to platoon and not get
no fall off.
Yeah,
right?
No fall off.
You're right, and that's what you just shows us depth. It continues to grow. Continues to get time, and these younger players, these sophomores and juniors that are getting minutes for some of the first times, they continue to get better week in and week out. As they continue to get minutes, they get more confidence. They're showing more progress
all right.
each and every week.
All right. Well, Otsego's shutting lights off on us here, so we got to hurry up and get out of here.
Yeah.
So now on to the Kent Michael Spies Big Dog, the Kent Dog Award. Who was your big dog today?
I'll lead
Jid,
it off.
You go.
Yeah,
you're going to decide today, though.
I'm going to decide. Okay. 2 players really stood out to me. Hunter Spangler on the inside defensively. He made a lot of solo tackles, was creating a lot of havoc on the inside. I can't tell a lot of times, offensively, him blocking within the scope of the game without playing film back, but defensively, he dominated up front and played a really nice game. And then Waylon Rentz, again, running the football like a possessed man. And then defensively also, he had 10 tackles with a bunch of big hits. He had another dominant performance, and he is a fun player to watch.
And he even had one of your famous "get off me" again this week.
That left arm, man, that stiff arm is nasty. You better get out of the way. So those would be 2 that stuck out to me tonight.
All right, Spiker.
Well, I'm going to say I liked Hunter Spangler myself because when I would have a chance to tune in on him, he was getting push every play. This guy was dominant tonight, and he was solid on both sides of the ball. He was an offensive and a defensive lineman's biggest nightmare tonight. So he definitely, if I gave 2 awards, he would get 1. And it's too bad an offensive lineman isn't going to get the same notoriety, if you will, as a running back. But Waylon Rentz, the way he ran the ball, he I mentioned it once, he used every facet out of his stable. I mean, he straight armed people. He ran over people. He outran people. He powered over the top of people. He made cuts. He was
Galloping.
vicious. Yes, the word galloping was used. Tonight, as much as I'd like Hunter Spangler's total effort, my vote for Big Dog would be Waylon Rentz, hands down.
Well, I'm not sure I can argue with either one of those guys, but I'm going to throw Logan Cifuentes' name in there.
Yeah.
Again, we call his name week in and week out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he does the dirty work, guys. He's coming from either the nose tackle spot or the interior of the line.
Yep.
Does the dirty work. I like that. I think, he doesn't get a lot of credit. But, Hunter Spangler to me tonight was the man.
Yeah.
He played a lot of snaps.
Yep.
A lot of snaps.
Yeah,
Without
that's a good
Xander
point.
Zeider
Yeah.
able to come in there, Hunter Spangler's kind of looked to take that lead position. Now, he's got Brogan and he's got Waylon Rentz behind him. He's got a lot of things. But, man, when you push that line like he did tonight, that makes the Waylon Rentz's job a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna go Hunter Spangler's my big dog tonight.
Okay.
So
Wow.
So
well,
who-
we're
who's
kind
the-
of broken
drum-
here.
Deciding
drum
factor
roll,
here.
please. Jigs, you got to make a decision
yeah, well,
here, man.
hey, I gotta go with Waylon Rentz.
Oh, you're killing me.
Just, he
Yeah,
he's such a fun player to watch, both offensively, defensively, dominant performance, and
Well, and I think we talk about this big dog award, and it isn't the player of the game. It isn't. It's the toughness.
yeah,
Ken
that's right.
Michael Spieth was
That's
the
right.
toughest kid
Yeah.
I ever seen.
And Waylon's a tough son of a gun.
And Waylon with those tough runs. I mean, it wasn't just it was yards after contact. It
Yeah.
was the get off me, get off me, the left stiff arm, the run. Hey, you want to come head down? I got you.
Yep.
Boom. So,
Hey, if we ever make an exception and give it to two people, I would be willing to have two big dogs tonight.
there was only one big dog
All
spike.
right. Okay.
But I'll tell you what, that's a heck of an argument, though. But tonight's big dog is Waylon Rentz, and he'll get a big dog commemorative Ken Michael Spieth T-shirt. We're going to have him this week, and we'll
Awesome.
get him out to. Brogan was week 1. Who was week 2?
Grady Miller.
Grady
I believe.
Miller.
Yeah.
Yep, for the shutdown.
Yep.
Napoleon last week.
Yep.
And then Waylon Rentz, tough performance tonight by him, gritty, and you're not going to beat him down. So, all right, Spiker.
All
Take us
right.
home,
That's
Spike.
about all we said,
In
man.
our non-league part of the schedule, the Tigers go 3-0. Very impressive defensively, overwhelmingly impressive defensively, and of course that power grinding 350-yard-a-game offense. Next week we play a vaunted rival, a team that you love to play, a team that you love have to come to town to the black hole, the pit. Kip Kern Field, and that's the Archbold Blue Streaks.
on Sonora 15-14 with just waning in the
Wow, 2 late touchdowns by the Blue Streaks. Oh boy, I can't wait until Liberty Center can get a chance to sink their teeth into this rivalry next week. So, with that note, Liberty Center puts up good numbers. They look good. They're playing well. They improved on the penalties for the most part. Couple fumbles to fix, but Liberty Center setting the tone in the off part of the season, now heading for league play. 37-7, your impressive final by Liberty Center over the Otsego Knights. So, for Jigs and the captain and Boomer, this is old Spiker saying good night, everybody, and good Tiger Sports.